And now, live from the Man Cave, Studio B, deep in the heart of constitutional Livingston County, Michigan, on a Tuesday night, 34 guilty counts from a kangaroo court rant, with your co-hosts, George Skendy's in the house, our good friend Mr. Coffee's joining us, yours truly, back by nobody's demand, Larry Parsons, and our ever-present earwig, the real Tim Allen. This is My Brain. And now, your host, the man that puts it all together so we can knock it down, Jeremy Scott Gibbs. No rainbow flags were burned in the filming of this episode. Yet. Stop booby-trapping the set.
All right, let's get to this. I got them. Holy cow, we're hot. My ears are so hot. All right, there we go. Let's mute that rail mic. All right, welcome everybody.
Good.
Trump 2024. Oh, yeah. What'd you just see?
I just saw that wall camera flicker.
That was quite a week.
That wall camera just flickered at me.
A wall camera.
And our ever not more present anymore. Man cave camera refuses to cooperate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cycle it one more time.
Here's the man cave. Here's the man cave now. Yeah. It is a gray out.
Cycle it once or twice. Let's see.
It's a gray out right now.
It's a gray out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No man cave shot.
We have gremlins in the man cave
Well,
camera.
I'll tell you what. We had there we go. There's the
there we go.
Oh,
the real
There's the lovely Mac Center. And this is
Is yours working, Georgie?
ridiculous.
Mine's not.
Is the overhead?
Overhead's probably not even
How
on.
can I take this out of the
Oh,
mute?
you know what?
Tim, we're not hearing you
Tim-
for some reason.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I have it
Hold
in
on.
mute. Do you know how to
We
take
had the
it out
power
from
shut off
mute
the other
mode?
day, and I always
Yes.
forget that this
No,
box over here does
Yeah,
not
it
turn
did.
itself on.
shouldn't have a mute.
Wait, does that mean that I wasn't
Oh,
even
there
going
it
on
just
the
came
broadcast?
out. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hot.
All right, there you are, Tim.
Okay.
Oh, they couldn't hear me, but
They couldn't hear you.
the
Yep.
broadcast could hear me.
We lost power the other night for what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Long enough for me to see the power going off. Tim leans over the rail and goes, "We lost power," and I go, "Yeah." Not like his room just lost a breaker, but the whole
Right.
the whole
The whole
thing.
building, yep.
And I step outside, and before I could come back, I step outside to see if there's a transformer or
bug
some
me.
shit blown up down there.
Yeah.
And before I can step back in, the power's back on and blinking. So it was less than 2 minutes, but it shut off a bunch of stuff.
But there was not any explosion. Transformer.
No, there was no explanation, and it wasn't storming or anything like that. It was just weird. So, anyways,
Aliens.
June 4th,
Aliens are flying around.
aliens. Yeah.
So we have a host of stuff to talk about today. It's going to be a great show.
Mm-hmm. Ton of stuff. Taco Tuesday.
Who's in chat?
Coffee, you got to catch us up in chat before we get rolling.
Everybody's laughing at Larry for falling off his chair.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they saw it. Somebody just said laughing, and somebody said Larry. 8 and 9 said Larry, and I said man overboard.
Man, nice. Man overboard.
Don't be booby trapping the set.
Yeah.
That's what you did last week when I wasn't here. You booby trapped the set for this week.
Oh, Bob's asked. No. Yeah.
Why is my media not even?
We're good. Let's do this. Let's get into some of these. Well, Taco Tuesday. Tim cooked the taco meetup
I was
today.
waiting for you. My ratings on that.
Yeah.
It's a 4.9 easy.
Oh, I got some 4.9 tacos, huh?
That
4.9 taco rating.
The secret is to do a little bit of a caramelized red onion and a big fat garlic clove into the meat itself before adding whatever your favorite taco seasoning blend is.
Mm-hmm.
So, there, you see the flicker? I just saw a flicker.
I saw it.
I'm just saying, Tim, first time
That's wall
had
feed,
Tim
right?
cook,
Yep.
badass.
It is.
No. I just saw it on.
It's on the Super Source. It's on both. It's on everything.
Yep.
Good stuff, Tim.
Yeah. Welcome.
We may be.
That's the only thing I ate today. I was so busy.
Good
But
stuff.
when you take a power hit, your electronics can also just start just being weird.
Yep. Yeah, it's flickering quite a bit over there.
Yep.
Janky. I don't know.
Let me see if it just does it by itself.
Jeff says hi.
Yep. Flicker. What is that?
It's weird.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
We're gonna disclaim. Knock that out.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do I even have a wall feed?
You do
Do I?
on table feed.
All right. On table feed.
We're gonna disclaim.
Are you gonna
Larry.
let me listen to
Sorry.
myself? On table feed.
What's some?
Yeah.
Better get some before Tim yells at me.
Which is actually not even labeled table feed. It's R01 and L01.
Georgie, what's up?
I was looking at super. I'm looking at the 4K.
So, okay, yeah. On the ATEM, it's R01.
What the hell?
Not going up.
It's- I'm literally on the disclaimers and I'm
Interesting. Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, I'm literally doing the top notice and I'm like, where's it at?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, I know where it's at.
What'd you do?
It's on the jump drive I pulled out the other day.
That's funny. Well, in the meantime, notice this is my brain. This podcast is mostly raw and unfiltered, completely politically incorrect. We say Merry Christmas and the Pledge of Allegiance, especially the part about one nation under God. We thank our troops for their service. This is an old copy, by the way. We'll only recognize two genders. As adults, we enjoy adult beverages. We cuss. We do not curse or swear. We love Jesus. We hate religion and religious hypocrites. If any of this offends you, you can take a hike, a long one, off a short pier.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Scotty don't.
Scotty don't.
That's
I did not realize this one was not.
I had a copy.
I did you put it up on your side? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I see. There it is.
Yeah, now it works. Of course.
I didn't realize anything was on that drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me. We've had a lot of stuff going on around
You got the
here.
overhead on, so that's back on 2 on the switch.
Yes.
Okay. Let me make sure she's working for signatures and whatnots.
Is it coming up?
I push 2.
You pissed off anybody this week?
Did we
Larry?
piss off anybody? He always does.
I try.
All right. Mr. Coffee.
Oh, sir. I'm
Bars.
sorry. Yep. I'm Norris, by the way. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, except for bears. Bears will kill you. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Bars will do that.
Bears will do that. Freaking bears.
Bears are cute and cuddly.
Georgie.
It's easier to fool the people than to convince them that they are being fooled. And this is by Mark Twain.
Samuel Clemens.
Very good, sir.
Marky Mark.
Marky Twain. And Larry.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That is the Second Amendment.
Period.
It is.
It's a very
The
nice
United States
amendment.
Constitution.
Yeah, that's got a shelf life, right?
Yes. It has a shelf life
Okay.
of never.
When hell
Never.
freezes cold.
Never.
Never.
How dare you?
Speaking of never, I have to relaunch my buttons to get ready for the
Never.
last part.
Never. All right. And I will go with my favorite here.
Patriot.
In the beginning of a change, the patriot is a scarce man and brave and hated and scorned. And when his cause succeeds, the timid join him. For then it costs nothing to be a patriot. Mark Twain again. We like
Was it
Mark
really?
Twain. Huh, yes. Sorry, I
I
switched
thought it
too
was
soon.
Samuel Clemens.
Well, his pen name.
Hmm.
Marky Mark Twainy Twain.
All together now?
Yes. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I was ready to move on.
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh.
Never apologize and never explain. It's a sign of weakness.
And I think that people out here would do well, if you're watching, to understand that apologies do nothing with these monsters.
Now, I do have the new clip. I just haven't loaded it. The new one will go something like, do you know why we're here? No, I don't think you know why you're here. I think your eyelashes are blocking what you're reading. Is the first line. And then MTG, is it MTG? What's it?
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah.
Then gets the entire vehement pack of Democrat wolves, jumps down her throat. How dare you? How dare you? AOG,
AOC.
AOC.
Yeah. Your words need to be stricken from the record.
Just yes. And then she says, well, why don't you debate me? And this is, well, it's clear why I don't debate you. Yeah. You don't have the intelligence to. And then they really explode.
Mm-hmm.
And then the speaker, who of course is a Republican, or the chair of that committee was a Republican, finally gets control and goes, okay, do you, on unanimous consent, do you agree to strike your words? And says, yes, for the second time, yes, but I do not apologize. So
my words may be stricken but I do not apologize.
Do not apologize. And the AOC is like, then you don't strike. Then you're not striking them.
You're not striking if you don't. But
it's great. I have like basically 3 sections of that clip, and then
took my stapler.
The same thing did Blaine when they put him in the front of where all the school board was voted because they did something wrong. They came here to talk.
Glenn and
next
Greg?
time
Yeah.
everybody is waiting for him to apologize and said,
I don't apologize.
I don't apologize, and I didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Go fuck you.
Exactly.
Go fuck you very much.
And 34 guilty counts today, or the other day.
Was anyone surprised?
No. Yes, I was. I was shocked.
You were actually shocked.
I actually was too. I figured one person would be going like, hello? No, I'm being serious. I figured one.
No, unfortunately, listen, you have a Democrat judge, a Democrat persecutor, and 12 Democrat jurors.
Prosecutor?
What do you think? No, I said persecutor.
I know you did.
Yes,
persecutor.
Because he was persecuted. He wasn't prosecuted. He was persecuted.
Right.
Maybe
he was persecuted for his political beliefs.
I guess I held out.
And what they did is they found 12 indoctrinated libtards, and they railroaded them.
And they also told them they didn't have to vote unanimously on any one count. They just had to vote if they agreed on.
Right.
It was so wishy-washy.
Right. And, it was supposed to be how it made it a felony. This is how they upgraded it to a felony.
Right.
Was by saying that something else he did was a crime, but he wasn't convicted of a crime, so there was no crime.
Well, something else that he intended to do by doing that paperwork was the upgraded charge that they were, which, by the way, the entire trial, Trump was never told what he was charged with until the closing statements.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And there's something else everybody needs to know. Right? What they're trying to say is that the Stormy Daniels, the consideration payment, Stormy Daniels, because that's what she said it was. She testified in court that it was consideration payment. In other words, consideration. She was hired by Trump to accompany Trump to some events. He paid her. The lawyer paid the fee or something. Who knows what the truth is, because that Cohen guy's as big of a liar as Joe Biden.
He's went to prison for lying. He lost his license.
Right, he lost his for perjury. He's a felon. Right, he's a professional perjurer.
Right.
Well, anyways, they are trying to say that this was some sort of what do you want to call it? Hush money, right? They're saying it was hush money,
which is what you call a non-disclosure agreement if you're a criminal.
Which non-disclosure agreements are perfectly legal.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the catch: right? They're trying to say that he falsified the documents in order to cover up the hush money or the non-disclosure agreement payment that his lawyer refinances his house, paid the bill, sent Trump a bill. Trump paid the bill. They labeled it legal fees, right? But they said, well, Trump was doing this in order to hide it so he wouldn't lose the election. The only problem is it all happened after he won the election.
Right.
And the whole consideration, everything, I mean, the payment was all done after Trump got elected, not before.
Right.
I know.
Not only that, it was a federal campaign finance.
The FEC said it was.
New York
legal.
has no reason to even
Exactly.
chime in.
It's a federal campaign violation if it's legitimate.
If it's a federal
Why
case.
is it in a New York state court?
Oh, they just violated. See, that's the thing.
And it was a misdemeanor if it's in the Fed.
All right, can I say something?
Yes, you can.
I was surprised they couldn't find one person
Holdout.
to see. Right.
Yeah.
But I think we need to. I'm sorry.
Clinton body count.
Yeah.
I think we need to start playing their game. We have red states, correct?
Yes.
We have red AGs.
Yes.
Play the game.
I don't know.
Play the game.
Yep.
That's what Trump was asked: is if he gets back, when he gets back in office, is he going to go ahead and use the justice system to persecute? Now that they've opened that and go after, I mean,
that's the only way to stop him.
I don't think he has to.
I don't think he has to.
I don't think he has to. I think it's going to. I think it's going to be automatic that the ball is going to start rolling to where they're.
Yeah, well,
where they use the law legitimately and lawfully to prosecute, not persecute, all of these people that have persecuted conservatives. I mean, day one, all the Jan 6 people are going to be out.
Oh yeah.
And then the investigations are going to hit hot and heavy, and all of these. I mean, come on.
I want to illustrate something here on how absurd this is. All right. Hillary Clinton actually did what they accused Trump of.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the dossier. Right. She laundered the money from the dossier, the campaign money to pay for the dossier through a law firm.
Okay.
And she lied about it and labeled it illegal fees.
Yep.
You know what they did to her?
It was a little fine and slap on her wrist.
$135,000 fine.
Right. Obama mishandled several $1 million of campaign money.
That's right.
Minor fine.
Yes.
Misdemeanor, a minor fine and no charge. Just here's a fine. No misdemeanor, no felony charge. Coffee, you were going to say, did you finish your thought?
Yeah, just some AG in Texas or Florida or where it's all red. Just start bringing up some charges and get an all red jury and start throwing motherfuckers in jail.
Yeah.
Hang them.
So let's tune in to see how horrible
carry out the largest domestic
Trump
deportation
operation. Is that you?
Yeah,
here
just
are
a
the
second.
first 15
It's not supposed to start until
he is reelected.
Actually
You may have heard of it. And here are the first 15 promises he has made if he is reelected.
And I'm in the middle
You may
of
have heard of
something
Project
else, so
2025, but
I
this
can't
is
help you. Sorry.
Good God, it just didn't want to pause. I'm like,
right. Well, one last point.
Yeah.
Is the convolution on how to get to a guilty verdict when the Russian roulette option of the 4 reasons why the jury was given. Okay, the jury was given. He falsified documents. The reason why he falsified documents is one of these. Was it 3 other reasons? One of these 3 reasons that go towards hiding something for the purpose of claiming the money was a donation for his campaign.
Yeah.
Or 2, that it was trying to do something else completely different. But the fact is that when a jury says, yes, I believe that we should do guilty because I believe it's this one of the 3, there's enough evidence that proves that.
Yeah.
And then the other one says, yes, I believe he's guilty, but I believe there's enough evidence that proves that. The other one,
right?
You can't have enough evidence to prove 2 different things
In a criminal trial, you have to have 12 unanimous jurors.
Right.
And Judge Merchant said, no, we're going to do, the four of you could agree on count one. The other four could agree on count two.
Well, it's not the counts. It's the reason.
Or not the reasoning. Yes.
Yeah. The reason that makes it a felony that that he knew about the paperwork and the filing and that that's just a misdemeanor. But what made it a felony is one of these three reasons. I wish I remembered them because it was just so convoluted.
It was ridiculous.
It was stupid. You got something to play?
I do. This is what they're afraid of. And we'll go to Judge Merchant here in a minute, but this is what the left is afraid of. These are all of the bad, nasty, horrible things that Trump's going to do if Trump gets reelected.
Hey, that looks like my nephew.
Really?
Might have to bring the volume up on this a little bit, Tim. It sounded a little low.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like my nephew has Down syndrome.
Well, let's listen.
And here are the first 15 promises he has made if he is reelected. You may have heard of Project 2025, but this is from Agenda 47. And you can read all of these on his website. First, he promises that he will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in history. He will also ask for the death sentence for anyone convicted of human trafficking. He will close the Department of Education and return all education standards to the states to decide. He will put prayer back into school, and he will criminalize any race-based advantage programs.
There you go.
He will end the Affordable Care Act.
Okay.
He will ban gender-affirming care for adults and children, and he will ban any federal dollars from going towards gender-affirming care.
Okay.
Which means anyone with government-provided health care will no longer be able to access gender-affirming care except for Viagra and
You
Cialis.
can't cut your dick off.
He will propose a constitutional amendment that gives a term limit to Congress.
Amen.
He will deploy the Department of Justice to investigate the Biden crime family
Amen.
and any of his adversaries or political rivals. He will immediately pardon all of the January 6thers, and he will create a task force to investigate anyone who arrested, charged, or imprisoned a January 6er.
Nice.
He will increase the penalties for underage criminal offenders, strengthen immunity for police officers, and deploy the National Guard to patrol woke cities. On day one, he will reassess our participation in NATO and says that every European country needs to pay the United States for protection.
Okay.
He will also restore the wonderful travel ban for Muslims coming to America.
Yep.
He will build freedom cities. This is 10 new cities built on federal land. He will award them to areas with the best development proposals, and he will prioritize moving young families to these freedom cities.
And
he will
what's wrong
kill
with
all e-vehicles and e-vehicle legislation, seeking to replace that with the development of a flying car. He believes that we could create a car that vertically takes
it's a
off.
helicopter, but
He will remove all of the limits on American natural gas exports and drill baby drill for oil domestically. He will impose a tariff of up to 60% on Chinese imports. He will extend the 2017 tax cuts and drop the corporate tax rate from 21% to 15%. He will push Congress to pass legislation that would give every American the right to concealed carry anywhere at any time. And he will revoke any gun restrictions or legislation that seeks to inhibit people's ability to own guns that's been passed in the last several years. He will demand that Europe pay back all the money we gave Ukraine, and then he will use all of that money to recruit for the American military.
Wonderful.
And he will take billions and billions of dollars from private university endowments by taxing, fining, and suing the universities. He specifically names Harvard in this one. And then he will use that money to create the American Academy. It is a free online college that will be free of wokeness that he will force employers to recognize as a bachelor's degree equivalent. So that's Agenda 47.
Wonderful.
And this was posted. Well, you guys have to realize
I want to give a
this
standing ovation.
That was posted.
That's
Okay, so look at that. It says woke influencer lists off all of the terrifying things that Trump will do if he wins, and accidentally made the most epic campaign ad ever.
Ever. Most epic campaign ad ever.
I got two questions on this.
Yeah.
Because not listening, I always look. Who the fuck has a golf bag with two clubs in it behind the left side of her head there? And that big ass fucking hat, if it was painted red, would look like Mario Kart hat or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? And if you notice on the left side of her head, it's shaved. So that's why when she moved her head, the left side has hair, the right side is shaved, so she doesn't want to show how. I wish I knew her name so I could see her.
Just play it again and mute it.
Okay.
What's her name?
And it'll bring it up full screen.
I don't think they're not doxing her.
Oh, she's replying to real Alex Jones too. What? They can't hide what Oh, look at that head.
Yeah, just full screen it. With it muted.
Now look at the.
Now, what are you talking about?
I don't think that's a golf bag.
No, it's not.
It's good.
It
Yeah,
looks like a cello bag.
No, the
Oh,
chair
Right
is
here,
in front of the
it's a
golf
cello, like a cello.
bag. Oh, wait. Right. See, there's a putter.
Where?
Right next,
No.
right between
The
that,
chair.
right there.
No,
what
that's
is
a
that?
cello.
Hold on.
That's a cello case.
It's
Yeah.
a cello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What the hell's what you got a putter for? Or is that?
I don't think it's a putter. I think it's a bow.
It's a there's
it's
a bar.
not on the
There's a
other
bar
side.
stool. There's a bar stool in front of that.
Right.
And she
Cello,
has
it's a cello
in
case.
the front
Is it a
of her,
cello case?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
on her head there are
Look at
two
that.
swords and a bison.
Oh
Yes,
it's,
I feel bad for the Buffalo Sabres because
the Buffalo
now they're
Sabres.
Look at
identified
that
with
hat.
this.
yeah.
I mean,
What's her real name?
I don't know.
it's they,
It's them.
them.
It's
You
the they
fuckers.
them.
There's got to be a real person's name.
Look at
She's
look
an
at-
hold on.
influencer.
Look at the manicure on those eyebrows.
I know.
Yeah,
What's
I
up
think
with
that's
that?
like
Boro?
razor
I gotta ask
sharp.
Casey.
You know, I haven't seen manicured eyebrows
That
like that
is-
since David Ferry
No,
during JFK.
She's wearing
I
those
thought
high
somebody
and tight.
smeared dog
Man.
crap on her
I
face.
know. I want to see
I
that
mean,
without a hat on.
Marines would be like impressed by those tight lines.
She borrowed the eyebrows
those.
from somebody here. And
Yeah. Now her teeth are another story. She's got something. I can't talk about that. But
Yeah, I can't deal with those.
We need Casey to chime in here about the eyebrows and the teeth.
Oh shoot!
All right,
That was a fade to black button. I
fade the
accidentally hit.
black button.
That's
all
Go
right.
back to this.
All right, can we get the ugly woman off the TV?
No
please?
shit.
What?
Please.
This from the guy who texts me pictures of hideous
Hey.
people.
It's a good looking boy.
Yeah.
That's a good looking boy.
You're in.
That's a handsome boy.
Oh, by the way, the NCAA has a new swimsuit standard.
Yeah.
And I sent
yeah.
it to you.
Can't have a dick in it if you're on the girls' team.
Well, I
Can't-
sent it to you.
Oh,
Can't-
you sent it to me?
Yeah.
Can't
Oh,
have
I'm glad you
a
sent it to
banana
me.
hammock.
Yes, there it is.
Oh,
Please enlarge it for everybody to see.
A banana hammock.
is that the official?
That is the new official,
That is the official-
NCAA competition swimsuit.
Okay,
Not a
For-
dude.
not a dude.
Is that real? That's not shop, is
it's
it?
not a
not-
dude. Yeah, you can see it.
It's not a
no,
dude.
is that really on her swimsuit or his swimsuit or whoever?
I don't know. It's
What does that
I didn't know
say?
if you. I
Not
never
a
know
dude.
if it's you doing this shit or not.
Oh, it says not a dude
Not
at
a
the
dude.
crotch. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a dude.
Not a dude.
I mean-
that's awesome.
That is
It's a Stanford.
is that Stanford?
Yeah, it's the red S on her
Okay.
right breast. That rhymed.
Nice.
She's a strong
Yo.
girl.
Oh yeah,
She's a
It's on her
strong
hat,
woman.
too.
Yeah,
Well, thank you,
can
Larry, for
see her
sharing that on
shoulder.
topic.
Yes.
Thank you. Larry.
That's definitely not on topic.
Guys, something new came today, and I didn't share with you,
Mm-hmm.
but
Something new this way came.
Zelensky spent $200 million to buy himself a 5-star casino resort on Cyprus.
Who?
Through Zelensky.
Zelensky?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Through
Zelensky's
his
great. He's a
company.
wonderful person.
Film Heritage Inc.
Mm-hmm.
Heritage Film. Heritage Films.
Film Heritage, not Heritage Film.
Film
Film
Heritage.
Heritage Inc.
Okay.
Incorporated.
Yeah, but he bought $200 million resort with casino. and-
200 million is
It costs a lot to run a country. I mean, you
Yeah,
can't.
but Trump raised that in the last few days.
200, well over
Oh.
250 at this
Yeah,
point. It
250
crashed the
million
website
dollars,
within.
My point is not how quick Trump made that money or raised that money. My point is that all the money that United States is giving to Ukraine is going in the back door, and people are doing whatever they want to do. It doesn't go to the Ukrainian people. It doesn't go
No.
to military.
But
It
people-
doesn't go.
yeah.
It's coming. Probably it makes a circle.
Mhm.
A part of that stays in Ukraine, and from the back door come back again in United States.
Mhm.
Yeah, probably right into Joe Biden's
It's money laundering.
Probably they
That's
probably
why-
got a connection
And this
there
is
with Hunter.
today.
That's
And
why they
I sent this to Senator Jim Runstead, and he's saying, "I'm not surprised."
Well, yeah. Back to the 34 counts. This is the judge and his daughter who's taking a lot of money from the Democrat Party while her big daddy is on the case there. So repost if you'd like to see this corrupt judge and daughter duo charged with election tampering and fast tracked to prison for life. My question is, who has more eyeliner?
I was gonna say, I think he does. I think he's got the Egyptian eyeliner.
He's got more eyeliner
application down. Yeah.
And it looks like they use the same lip gloss.
That's about right. Yeah.
They do have matching lips.
She has lips of a man, and he has the eyes of an Egyptian eunuch. So
Yeah.
An Egyptian eunuch.
Now there are a few men out there that do have the darker around their eyes.
Gary Sinise.
I was thinking of the mayor in Batman.
Oh yeah,
Batman.
Yeah,
that was actually
Dark Knight.
That was actually a very, very bad day for America. The way that they have completely sunk the judicial system.
Yeah.
Just like they sunk the FBI. Yeah. Now we have a compromised FBI. We have a compromised judicial system.
I would say it was a bad day, but it was also a great day because the amount of people that were instantaneously slapped in the head and made to realize how corrupt the system has become.
Well,
there were multiple people that were on the fence going, well, this isn't going to come back as guilty. It's not going to come back as guilty.
No, it's coming back.
Bam, it came back as guilty.
I predicted
and they're like,
on the
what
show a
the
dozen
hell?
times it's coming back. I tried warning everybody.
Yeah.
There was no way it wasn't going to come back. There's no way he was going to get a fair trial. They just weren't not going to allow it.
I said this.
They were not going to allow him to have a fair trial. If they were going to allow him to have a fair trial, they wouldn't have handpicked a crooked fucking judge. Right?
I'm with you, man.
They handpicked them. It didn't go to a case. They brought this case and then they expedited it past other people who have been sitting in jail waiting for their turn.
Yeah.
Right. And they expedite this one because it's election interference. This crooked fucking judge.
Yep.
Right. And I mean, that's what this judge is. This judge is a crook. All right.
He's a crook, and he wasn't even a. He's been
shyster.
He's been on 3 of these high-profile cases, and he wasn't selected in the pool.
No,
he was put on these cases on purpose.
He was, because he's a partisan political hack.
I don't know how you can say that. His daughter only got like $1 million for the. I mean, come on, he's on the up and up, Larry.
Why did Trump repeatedly refer to him as conflicted?
Yeah.
Why did he use that term?
Because his daughter is getting money from the Democrat parties directly.
If they would have wanted any even the slightest resemblance of a fair trial, they would have allowed a venue change.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
but
what I'm asking,
they would, and they'd have moved it to where Trump would have had an opportunity for a fair trial.
What were you saying, Tim?
He didn't even have an opportunity for a fair trial.
There's something on this line.
What I'm saying is I didn't understand the term, because when I hear somebody's conflicted, it's that he's hemming and hawing back and forth on what side he's on.
No, he's conflicted. Maybe he should have said compromise, but he was conflicted because when a judge has a conflict.
Oh wait, like conflict of interest.
Yes,
that's what it means.
He was conflicted. Yeah,
he kept saying that, and I'm like, what is Trump saying? Is he like, oh, he feels for the guy that he's in the conflict of having to put his president on trial?
No,
now I understand.
Yeah. What were we going to say, Koff?
Oh, real quick, I was just cruising and I just saw an updated Livingston Daily. It's updated today at 2:00. So your paper, your Livingston Daily is right on top of things. It's the guide to the races, Livingston County. And I just cruising through down to the 50th. This is updated, right?
Yeah.
So they got Bob Bazat. He's been disqualified. Well, this was updated. Is he running? Bob Bazat is running, Larry. Am I correct?
He's running, yes.
So it's updated today. Your paper, see right there, Jeremy?
Yeah, it says
he's disqualified.
Right.
These signs are all over the place.
Isn't that amazing that your paper can't even get it right after we've known for 2 weeks who's in the 50th?
Let's look at this. What does it say? What does it say about Republicans at their presidential candidate is a convicted felon? What does it say?
What does it say about Democrats? That their presidential candidate is trailing in the polls to a convicted felon.
Exactly.
On
this whole subject, these stupid I'm saying it downstairs at dinner to you guys. If I wish I was around in 20 years, because this shit keeps going, all you people that are giggling right now and waving that victory flag, you're not going to be needed anymore. Look at China. They will not need your useless fucking asses anymore.
Yep. And you'll be the first people.
Did I told you guys, talking with a businessman that does business between Europe and China, he said Chinese companies are in deep shit right now because they can't work more than 4 hours. Because everybody, from the time that the COVID hit all the globe, people are realizing that it's too expensive to lose money with China. If we have another case like this.
What are you saying, George? Are you saying that China's somehow involved in this rigging of things? They wouldn't say, wait, what do we have from Xi over here? It is reckless for anyone who said that the Trump trial was rigged just because they don't elect the verdict.
Wink, wink.
Joe Biden 2024. We like a Joe. He let us walk all over American.
Yeah.
We like a Joe. Yeah.
I'm just getting some tips off our good newspaper there.
Yeah. Some good tips there.
Yeah. They're right on top of shit.
Just the tip?
Some beef tips?
Yeah. Just the tip.
Just the tips. Let's do. I got a couple more here.
Beef tips and noodles.
Before we shift gears. Oh, look at this.
Whoa.
MT freaking G. This chick's.
Has been proven true.
Let's see here.
In that room?
Again, it doesn't want to
No,
stop.
absolutely not. I mean, everything I said is correct. It's how the American people feel. It's what we know to be a fact. It's all the evidence has been proven true. We have Jamie Raskin in there accusing us of worshiping Trump, worshiping as a convicted felon. Well, yeah, so is George Floyd. And everybody, and you all too, the media worship George Floyd. Democrats worship George Floyd. There were riots burning down the fucking country over George Floyd. And Raskin is in there saying we worship him. Excuse me, let me correct you. And this is really important. I don't worship. I worship God. God. And Jesus is my savior. I don't worship President Trump. And I'm really sick and tired of the bullshit annex I have to deal with constantly from the Democrats. So that's what we just went through in there. And then they're sitting there. They can attack my character all day long. What's his face in there? Whoever was talking last was calling me insane. But yet we can't say, oh, they're attacking my character. Oh, no, it's nonstop BS and annex. You want to know why? The Democrats don't have anything. They're responsible for the lockdowns, forced vaccinations, kids being forced to stay home, people committing suicide, and all the horrors that this country lived through during COVID. Fauci belongs in prison. He should be tried for mass murder, and he should be tried for crimes against humanity. That's how I feel after that hearing. That's how the American people feel.
Hell yeah.
Hell to the yeah.
And that is Marjorie Taylor Greene. And
8 and 9 wonders if the judge is going to be the judge for Barron as well. Hunter?
Or Hunter Biden?
Yeah.
No, Hunter's going to not show up and not have to deal with anything until Trump actually gets into office. They probably would put him on Hunter's case if they could get away with it.
Fair then, right?
And that, well, because he would be acquitted. I mean,
well, that's fair.
100% acquittal for writing on his form to get his gun that he does crack all the time.
No.
Well,
he wrote it on there.
Fake laptop.
No, not Hunter.
Hunter the crackhead.
No.
All that shit's
No,
fake,
that's
all fake.
There's 50.
That's Russian
50
disinformation.
Right. There's 50
Must
top.
be.
There's 50 top intelligence officers that you know all listen to. You know, it's funny when whether you like Marjorie or not, the women that like to dog her about her looks and stuff, and then you look at them and you go, "What are you talking about?" You know,
they like to dog her about her looks.
Yeah,
we showed on the show last week one of her own selfies.
In her bathing suit.
In her bathing suit, she's what, 50
nice,
something?
Very nice.
She looks like 20 years old.
And then you got Julio Nasty or Kate, whatever.
I don't know
talking about
why they.
She was 100% milfage for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna scroll down and see if
Whoa,
I
what
had
was
that.
that red-headed thing back there?
No, we're not doing that.
I want to know who that won that influence he had on.
Oh, I gotta remember to do that one in our. I gotta remember.
Oh, you guys are into
that. I gotta remember that. I gotta remember that. Yeah. I'm just gonna click on MTG. on her thing. I'm in my bookmarks right now. Anything else in chat? How's the chat going?
Maybe she meant Bannon.
Bannon. Oh, yeah. No, Bannon's already been convicted. Bannon is, they're just trying to get him in jail now because what they're trying to do, and that's our next subject, is talking about them trying to get rid of InfoWars. They're trying to get Bannon, the sentence that they already put on him, they're trying to get him put in jail, and they're trying to shut down everything they can do to shut down InfoWars. Because InfoWars, Steve Bannon was working with Trump. He was part of the cabinet. Okay. And InfoWars, Alex Jones and InfoWars, the whole crew over there, they were the ones, hands down, that was the most instrumental in helping drive the Trump campaign exposure. And they've got to get rid of them, as well as try and label Trump as a, this convicted felon. He's a convicted felon now. He a convicted felon.
Yeah, big deal. Convicted felon of a kangaroo court.
Convicted felon.
Big deal. Who wouldn't have thought that a 12 Democrat jury in an area where Trump got 5 to 6% with a Democrat judge and a Democrat prosecutor? Who'd have thought that they? I mean, come on.
I'm still amazed you couldn't find one that had a moment of clarity and say, this is wrong, I can't vote this way.
I'm just telling you, Clinton body count.
Out of 12? Come on.
Clinton body count, dude.
I know.
Well, Coffee, did you look at their profiles? Did you see
they're all Trump haters?
Well, no, I mean their actual backgrounds, where they were from, and there was majority women for one. Was it like 8 and 4 or 7 and 5 or something like that? Or it was mostly women. I think it was almost like 3/4 women, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the loser.
But with the two lawyers that were in there, I heard one prediction that I thought maybe held some credibility, that maybe there was going to be one holdout because of just a spiritual signature of recapitulation of the opposite of Donald Trump being a little bit of a Christ figure, that he had 12 and one betrayer. So in this jury of 12, that instead of a Judas, he could have had one holdout. But I guess it didn't work out that way.
I was looking at MTG's official page. I think her bathing suit thing was on her personal X account.
Right.
I could be wrong. I'm spending too much time.
Right.
I actually really like MTG.
Studebaker says, ever notice how good looking the Republican women are?
Yes.
I do. It's, they're smile, they're nice.
They actually take care of themselves.
Women.
Yeah. Yes. There's no dangle there hidden underneath something. There we go.
There you go.
I mean, you look at that picture there, and then let's just use Oh Nasty and Hell and stuff. You've never looked that good in your whole life, and you guys want it. And
that's 50.
Amber fried eggs and
what is it? Three babies.
Yeah, that's
50 years old. Runs her own business.
Yeah.
Is a representative. She kicks ass.
Right.
And then you got these other
toads,
peoples.
Mushrooms. Hey, Cindy, you watching? Cindy, you up there?
You know that they're moderating the show because they'll post something in the page that they made to try to mock us, but it's the best fan page. You got to check the fan page.
Check that page, and it's like I want funny. If you want to make fun of me, make it funny, please.
Yeah, we would laugh along with it.
But Left doesn't have a sense of humor.
They don't. They're pathetic.
I mean, you guys dog me all day, and it's
how
funny.
Dare you would say that to us? We're just. Yeah, you got nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah, the rest of that is the left doesn't have a sense of humor. They're just naturally hilarious.
Oh,
right. Because the best comedy is self-deprecation, and they can't do it because they're so uptight and so afraid of.
Look at that.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
There you go. Wait, take that back up.
I wasn't getting to that yet. No.
Oh, you're coming to that.
Feds are trying to shut down InfoWars. If you haven't heard this, I want you guys to. If you haven't heard this, you're living under a rock.
I wanted to ask you this on this topic.
Yeah.
Okay. If they shut down InfoWars,
can
he open up InfoWars 2 and start over? And he's still talking. And
hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but what he loses is he loses all of the feeds, he'll immediately, like Tucker gets fired from Fox.
Yeah.
And Tucker immediately goes on a week later.
Yeah.
And he is what he did on X immediately after being fired, his ratings were like 10 times or 100 times more than what he was getting on his normal show. And his normal show was the only thing on Fox worth watching.
Is it? I mean, InfoWars.com. Can he do InfoWars.com too, or would they shut that down?
I don't know how that's.
How does that work? That they silence him totally.
Whose car alarm's going off outside of the
I might have leaned against my keys.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
Go a little bit up, please.
Yeah.
Right here. Can you see that on the left? Can you see from her face that she looks like idiot?
Yes.
Her face.
Yeah, you're talking about Janet Yellen?
Yeah. Doesn't she look like idiot?
She is an idiot.
It's just evil looking, man. I don't know. Just evil.
Well, it's like playing a clip from
Evil. What evil, man? Evil has a completely different face. She looks like a dumb. She looks like she's lost in the middle.
She looks like she's up to bad stuff, man.
I disagree with both of you. I think she looks like a frog.
Let me see it.
Like what? Frog?
A frog.
Let me see it.
A what?
A ribbit.
Ribbit. I just caught a fly.
She reminds me. She reminds me of.
There's got to be something, a frog or like some type of lizard that's like.
No, she reminds me of the little mutant creature that grows off the center of that one character in oh shit.
Spit it out.
Jesus, Tim.
If you know, look on the inside. It's the oh my gosh. What is that?
I got a headache.
All right, while you think of that, speaking of other people, Tucker Carlson said that
it's from Rick and Morty did a big piece on it.
Okay.
Where it's the mutant and you have like another like little baby mutant attached to him. It's an homage to the film where Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to Mars and
Total Recall?
Yeah, Total Recall, and the guy who's like the psychic mutant baby that's attached to the guy's belly thing.
Quato.
Yeah, like a Quato.
Quaid.
Quaid. That's what it reminded me of.
Into your mind, Quaid.
Yes, that's what it reminded me of.
Give me your mind.
Where's that?
Anyways, Tucker Carlson on meeting Klaus Schwab. He's like an elderly idiot. We will concur with that. That's very good.
Did you want that up?
You can just flash it up there real quick. Yeah. Tucker says somebody's an idiot. I think they're an idiot.
He's had some really good guests lately, Tucker.
You know that Klaus Schwab.
Anal Schwab?
Yeah, he is from the Rothschild family.
Yes. That's you guys do know his full name, right?
Who?
Klaus Schwab.
No.
It's Klaus Anal Schwab.
Klaus Anal Schwab.
His middle name's Anal. I mean, you can't have a face like that and not. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Dr. Phil.
Wait. Here it is.
Yeah. Quaid, give me your mind.
That's who that chick.
What the hell is John Bull?
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
To you, cannibal.
Dr. Phil calls on the Biden to do the right thing. Dismiss the charges against Trump. We're not some banana republic, for God's sake. Is that enough of a Dr. Phil?
That was enough.
You're a dumb bitch. Remember that quote? They used to play that quote all the time. Renowned TV host Dr. Phil McGraw made an appearance.
Dr. Phil
made an appeal to the Biden administration to consider rescinding the conviction of former President Donald Trump, saying the good faith gesture would save America from going down the wrong direction.
You know what's big about this thing? Is coming up here. What are they going to do to Trump to hold him back? The sentencing phase. What are they going to do? Handcuff him, no going on TV. You know, let's say they put him in as you got to be on house arrest, and he goes, okay. Fuck you. I'll start doing live feeds from my house to the people.
Exactly.
You know, and fill up Tiger Stadium or something on a live feed.
Yeah.
He would.
Yeah.
So how far will they go to shut him up?
They're
that's a good question. I think they'll go as far as they need to go.
Where's your mic, Larry?
Your pack done?
Can you hear me now?
There.
You were
I
covering.
think they'll go as far as they need to go.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well,
Okay.
isn't it curious that they set up his sentencing date on July 11th?
I know, that's
and
what I'm saying.
the GOP, the Republican Party National Convention is July 14th.
Well, yeah, everything is by design.
And then
The way they tracked the case, the
Mm-hmm.
way they pushed everything is by design.
let me throw this at you then. Push it as far as they need to go. Let's say they push it way far. How
They're going
how long? Okay. How long before, I'm just throwing this out there, before maybe somebody in the military goes, all right, we're going down, we got to do a military coup, let's say. I know it's far-fetched, but
that's
how far, that's like,
But that's honestly,
I'm telling you,
Mr.
like,
Cox-
what's going to stop this shit?
The American people.
well,
Okay.
but
That's going to stop. When
Well,
the American people have had enough,
Yeah.
then it'll stop.
but
Until then,
That's what I'm saying.
Until that
All right,
point.
let's say the American people go, we've had enough, and shit starts getting out of hand. Will the military step in and go, all right, we got a clean house, take over for a year? And I'm just saying, I'm just throwing shit out there. Like,
I
how
don't
far
think
does it
it'll-
got to go?
I don't think it'll go that way. They want to spark the number one thing that they want
it's a civil war.
is a civil war.
Okay, well
Yep.
then military has to get involved one way or another.
And I don't know why
And
they
I
would.
talked to
They got their ass kicked the last time. What makes them think
well,
they're not going to get
you're
their
gonna
ass
have to divide
kicked
the
this
team
time?
up, man. I talked to when I was at Home Depot, we had a guy just passing through real quick. He was one of the area, like whatever, and he had just gotten out of service and was Apache Hilter. And I asked him that question because I know as far as ground troops, I would not have fired on anybody, in my country. And I asked him the same thing. If you were told to fly and start shooting, he said, I couldn't do it. So
Right.
then it comes down to, if that shit happens, what happens to the military if they go take out Howell because they're acting crazy? What are they going to do?
That's why they're bringing in the Chinese aged people. So there's two things that they'll do. They're going to bring in foreign nationals to man the armed forces. Okay. And number two, they're going to shift the ones that will fire on people to other parts of the country, because the vast majority of people, when shit hits the fan, your police departments,
They're going to go home. They're going to take care of
exactly.
Yeah.
They're going home to protect their family. They're not going to be out there.
See, when you go into service, we've on the podcasts and stuff, you're mixed in with people from all over, all different colors, all over from the States. Same with the pilots, the tank, whatever. How are they going to manage that if the military goes, no, what we're going to do is we're just going to take out all you fuckers in Washington, D.C., march you down the hall. We're going to take over for a year, and we're going to start all the fuck over. What's it going to take? How far do they let it go? Everybody goes, how far do they let it go?
But don't forget that they are going to go so far how they went with President Kennedy.
Yeah.
Well, this is a lot worse, though, man. This is
Yeah, but
I'm
do you
just saying,
understand
how
that
far do they press
It's
this
going
Trump
to be
thing?
worse, but somebody is going to be somebody that might pull the trigger on Trump or somebody else.
Yep.
This is how far they want to go.
Okay.
Hey, it's a little known secret that
I was just talking on the behalf of, like, if the Civil War, if people start acting up really crazy against each other, where the military's got to step in, you would think they would. I would think that they go, wait a minute, I'm not going into how I have whatever. And
Well, you got to remember something.
Military's busy
They
taking
didn't
woke
call
classes.
the military to step in when domestic terror groups like Antifa and BLM were burning down all these cities.
I know.
They had over 600 riots. The military wasn't involved.
Right. That's what I get that. So you get those people burning down, let's say Chicago or whatever, and then you got the other hand, it's on burning down whatever city. So there's two different sides doing their shit, and the military has to be called in. What do they do?
Right.
That's what I'm. That's the
Well,
point.
they'll jump in. That's what I was gonna illustrate. Is they have shown what it's okay for liberals to burn down cities, to loot stores, to shoot people, to trash cities, to defecate in the streets. These things are all fine. Raping each other, that's acceptable behavior for liberals, right? If conservatives do anything wrong, They'll pull in the military.
There has to be some hardcore patriots. I don't give a shit if they're just one that will go, all right, no, we're even going to take it. We're going to march down these halls. We're marching people out. We're going to not let this country go under.
All right, let me give you my take on this. So one, when this comes down and if it's civil war starts to break out, it's going to be extremely regional. It's going to be isolated pockets here and there. And here are my 4 things that I'll cite on this, okay? Here are my 4 things. And maybe I'll start with least to most. January 6th, okay? That was an isolated spot. They were able to contain it. They were able to hunt down and arrest all these people. Still to this day, they're hunting down and arresting people and putting them in jail for it. But it was regional. It was in one spot in D.C., okay? Hurricane Katrina. They deployed the military on the streets during Hurricane Katrina, and they weren't concerned with helping people. The military wasn't. They were concerned with taking away weapons and putting people into designated FEMA areas. Regional again, okay? All of your riots, Larry, that you mentioned, all regional. Blue cities.
Yes.
That's why they didn't want to deploy it, because these blue cities don't care if they burn their own cities down, because you know what? They'll do an urban renewal project next year with all of the burnt out husks that are left over. And
aren't all the cities blue?
No.
What city is not blue?
Oh, there's all
there's smaller cities. Yeah, you got the smaller cities that are still red, but your major
city, 2 million, Tulsa, is the only city. You get bigger than that, and they go blue.
Yeah, exactly, because they get so big that they become corrupt. The 4th thing that I'll say the 4th incident that I'll cite on this is the COVID lockdowns.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That I have said it multiple times in the show. I didn't realize during our lockdown that we were one of the states that was the most locked down. I thought the rest of the country was was dealing with it.
Yeah.
And we were the most locked out. I mean, it was literally Monday we went to work, everything was fine. We were working on stuff. Tuesday, my guys meet me here at the man cave. We load up in the truck and trailer. We're on the freeway and nobody's on the freeway.
Yeah.
7:30 in the morning, nobody's on the freeway. And we're listening to the news. We got halfway to the job site a job site was an hour away. We got halfway there and we're hearing the news and we're like, they're literally doing this shit. And we came back and I didn't realize how bad our state was until a year or two later that we were the most draconian. Again, regional, blue governor, empowered by all of her cronies, running for trying to run for office, or seeking higher office. So when I look at this dynamic that you're asking about when is it going to happen, when's it going to break out?
No, I'm not asking when. I'm just saying.
No, but how and how it looks and how like that. They cannot, as to Larry's point, they could not handle full scale across the country war.
I get it.
They can't handle it.
This is what I'm saying on the regional thing, and I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I'm looking at, let's say regional. Let's just use Howell. And all of us are on the National Guard, and our buddies are tank drivers, and other buddies are. We aren't going to go against Howell. We're going to go, whoa. We're from here. Sorry, General. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. No, I'm going home to Howell with my. You can go get somebody from Carolina and come up here, and we'll fight your fucking ass or something. Because the people from in the regional, like you're saying, regional, they'd have to bring somebody outside of the region because the regional National Guard and stuff are your neighbors. Your Babazat serve. Did Murphy serve?
But you do got to realize the military is going to be split because you're going to have your loyalists, that are going to be loyal to the government no matter how wrong they are.
And usually those are the very top-ranking motherfuckers sitting in a chair. It ain't going to be that captain in an F-16.
True, and
that's 24 years old or something.
And that's what they did with COVID. The ones who refused the shots. That was on purpose. They wanted to know who was going to refuse the shot.
Oh, you know what's funny on that?
So that they could purge them out of the military, and now we know these other people will be compliant, even if they know it's something that could take their own life.
It's funny you said that because just last week the Navy was in front of Congress or whatever and said, "Okay, all these guys you fired out of the Navy and stuff, and after it was proven blah blah blah, you offered to bring them back, and only 2% came back." And the Navy guy's going, see, no, the reason is they don't trust your fucking ass anymore.
Right. And that's
why they didn't come back.
And they want to purge those people out of the military because those are the ones who will not follow the orders.
And there's a whole bunch of them, and we're just talking about a shot that aren't going to shoot a fucking gun at how.
So
no matter if you're
think about this.
Not.
They're not going to come to Howell. What they're going to do is they're going to come to in the state of Michigan, right? They're going to come to Lansing. They're going to come to Detroit. They're going to maybe go to Grand Rapids.
Yeah, but where are they going to get the troops to do that?
Well,
they ain't going to be from Michigan.
Whitmer's going to dispatch the National Guard because these are blue areas, and all you need is a riot and a justification to invoke martial law in those areas. And then what they're going to do is every time that they've done this in the military, they're going to establish a beachhead there, right? In these big blue cities, and then they will make incursions into other outlying areas.
Good luck with that.
And see what they're going to. Well,
I'm just saying. Good luck. I mean,
you had a non-military group out in on the West Coast that took over 6 square city blocks for like 2.5 months or 3 months. And it was just a bunch of thugs.
Did you remember when the FBI went after that rancher and all the local people got on the, it was in Utah or somewhere? They were coming, remember? And all the local folks had M16s and stuff and were up on the bridges just standing there and they went, we're out of here.
Yep.
And
they
ended up fucking thing that's going to happen.
Well, see, I remember
tank guys or
F-16
kill 1 or 2 guys over there.
I remember back in the
and that
90s
wasn't even organized.
when I was dating my wife, right?
In the 1800s?
Back in the 90s, when I was dating my wife, right? We were watching the news one night, right? And this militia was protecting a farm up north in Michigan. They had the local authorities, or shall we say the local authority abusers, had declassified or dezoned a farm, and then tried to make the farmer that owned the property get rid of all of his animals.
Yep.
Right. This would have been in 1998.
Really? I didn't remember hearing that one.
Yep. And the militia showed up and said try and take them.
Yep.
Did they back down?
They backed down.
Yep.
They backed down, and as far as I know, it's still a farm.
Well, in the case you were citing out west,
that was
the Bundy.
Yes,
the Bundy Ranch.
Yes, Bundy Ranch.
And they did shoot somebody in that.
They shoot the guy.
I think it was Hammond, right?
Yeah.
Or Almond.
And there was FBI officers.
Yeah.
But then
it was the same guy. It was the same guy that shot.
And they tried to go to make a turn over there.
Yeah.
And all the FBI agents were in the woods, and they didn't say a word. They just started shooting, and they killed him. And in the car were some other people too. I think his daughter or something.
And you know what it was over?
It was cattle on the regular where they used to free range grazing.
Federal land that was open to free range, and they wanted to shut them down. It's It's bullshit. It's just like Randy Weaver. They come up and go, "Hey, can we buy some sawed-off shotguns from you? What do you think? Can we buy some guns from you with the barrels like shortened because we want to be able to keep them?"
Really?
And he goes, "I'm not really sure about that." They're like, "Well, we just want self-protection. Can't we just get some shotguns from you?" All right, I'll tell you what. Gotten to know you guys. All right, I'll sell you like 3 shotguns. I got a few extra shotguns. All right, cool. Hey, man, you were selling us the shotguns. Now we're arresting you on a federal crime. And he went, really? Killed his wife with a baby in her arm. Killed his son. Yeah. Look up the Randy Weaver.
Let's not forget about Ruby Ridge.
That's the Ruby Ridge. That's Randy Weaver.
That was Ruby Ridge?
Yeah,
Randy
Ruby
Weaver.
Ridge. Randy Weaver.
That's it, Ruby Ridge. And then let's not forget about the grand of it all, Waco.
Oh, Waco. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Waco in Texas.
Yeah. Most people don't know that David Koresh had a rock and roll band and played in Waco in a bunch of the bars and bowling alleys on a regular basis in town. That the sheriff came over on a regular basis and sat on the porch with him, and they drank tea together, and that he was in town on other business on a daily basis. They could have arrested him at any time. They wanted, the Clinton administration and Janet Reno wanted to make an example of people who were trying to separate themselves.
Now, they went in and murdered him.
And they went in and murdered him. They literally walked in there, put the tank nozzle through the side of the building and firebombed and exterminated 57 children.
They did, and here's what they're not telling you: that propellant that they use, to propel the CS gas out the tube, is highly flammable.
Yeah, it is.
It's highly flammable.
Big time.
Yep. And they offered to surrender and do all sorts of stuff multiple times, and every time that they offered to surrender themselves, they were shot at, and they were ignored. They wanted a body count.
Yes.
If you don't think
now, I'll never make any excuses for David Koresh.
No.
I want to.
He was a cult leader, but he was
a cult leader. He was a whack job. He thought he was Jesus Christ. You know. So that doesn't mean you get to murder him and everybody.
No, you could have starved him out, man.
That's not just because somebody's loony doesn't mean you get to murder them.
Correct. No, you could have starved them out. And whatever, sat out there and wait till you cut off the water, cut off the power.
All they had to do was get rid of all the firearms and say, "Come on out, man."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Say, we don't have any guns.
But they could have arrested him multiple times before that. They wanted.
He jogged every day. They could have picked him up jogging on the street.
Right.
Let me ask you guys this, because in your local area, like you're here and you're over by Heartland, and I have. I'm really like up on my 3-block area. Who put signs up or what? You know what signs are missing? Because people, you know what signs are really missing? Look around here. You remember last year, or shoot, they were up for a while, but you don't see them. What's that one that says "hate has no place"? Whatever.
Something like
hate has no place.
Hate has no place in living sky.
They're not up at the houses that normally they're up at. They took them. Why?
Because they realized maybe some people
are pointing out to the illegals. Those are the houses that want. There's no hate there. You can go there.
Yeah. Oh, so they took them down so they can't be designated?
I'm serious. The liberals, like in my 3-block area, you know, they don't have them. Hate has no place in Livingston County or whatever.
That's funny too. And
they're not there.
Yeah, the people that put those signs up are the biggest haters of them all.
I know, but why aren't they up now? Are they worried about something? I'm just wondering why. My American flag's flying.
Yeah,
I'm taking that down.
There's only 3 legitimate flags that should be flown in the United States. In any government institution, any government place, like schools.
Yes.
The American flag,
the state flag,
This is what I'm saying.
and the Gadsden flag.
What is this new
Gadsden flag is a legal flag to be flown in our schools.
I think I sent that.
Yes. To you. Oh, it actually
predates.
For everybody that doesn't know what the Gadsden flag is,
don't tread on me flag.
Don't tread on me flag.
Yep.
And it actually has equal billing to the stars and stars and stripes.
Is the yellow one with the snake?
Yes, that is also a flag of the United States.
Yeah. Here's the Gadsden flag. Oh, funny, you had a rat up there.
I did have a rat up there.
Okay. All right, that's the Gadsden flag.
Yes.
And this is.
If you watch the movie The Patriot, you'll see half of the people carrying.
I seen about like
the Gadsden flag.
Like 5-6
Now
times.
check this out. This is for you, Jeremy.
That one is one of the movies
somebody doesn't even.
I can watch every time, and I don't get enough about it. That one and Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, Shawshank's great.
It's exactly when the tables get turned. Exactly.
I'm messing up all sorts of.
You ask about this flag. Here, if you put 4 of those flags together,
you get a swastika.
That was last year I put that up on Mr. Car. And you know what? I tried to put that up 4 days ago, and I found with FaceCut with their algorithms and stuff, you have to put a little dash in there with your little paintbrush or something so that their computer doesn't pick that. Because I got this is a hate message, take it down type warning. Yeah. So I put a little dash up on top of that right there, and it screws up their computers from reading it because it's amazing. It'll come back in 2 seconds. This is a hate thing.
Yes.
June. Their flag.
June is Groomer Awareness Month. So everybody, keep your kids safe.
Isn't that amazing?
It's a rat.
They can't come up with their own shit.
They can't come up with their own shit.
Yeah. And if you approach a business and they have the pride flag up, keep right on going. You don't have to do business with them.
Keep moving along.
Oh.
We went over them. We're going to get into the groomers and the gay stuff after the break. We're going to get into Dr. Fauci.
Ooh, Dr. Fauci, the liar?
The liar.
The tyrant.
the mass murderer.
He belongs in federal prison.
Yep. But before we do that, as we're getting ready to go to break, how many of you saw that Joe Biden's now the border president?
No,
he's going to shut the border. No, he went to the border.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know he went to the border. I know he signed some executive order today that after an average of 2,500 illegals a day for 7 days, an average.
Yeah,
it has to be 2,500, not Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A 7-day flood. Of 2,500 each day. Then it kicks in.
Then
it's totally useless.
Yeah.
The guy's a brain dead buffoon.
And not only that, they can just fudge that number anyhow. It could be 10,000 and they'd say it was 24.99.
Okay, your number 25,001 you don't get in today.
Right.
Just wait on the border until midnight.
Yeah. Yes. Come back at the stroke of dawn.
But yeah, let's see. Biden's executive order barring immigrants from across the southern border unlawfully for receiving. You got to go to designated area. We're gonna move this up to where you.
What's all this bullshit?
New docket addresses and makes decisions within 6 months, not 6 years. We're gonna get it done, buddy.
They have to hire 10,000 new judges first to do anything within.
We're gonna revoke visas of CEOs and government officials who profit from exploitation of vulnerable migrants.
I will volunteer to be a judge.
Oh, I'd be a quick. You ever watch Judge Roy Bean?
No.
Oh, that's a good old.
This is from
a good one.
Paul Newman.
Literally from White House.
Seizing fentanyl at our border.
We're going to seize the fentanyl at the border.
Enhancing immigration enforcement. What the fuck is?
What does that mean?
Right.
We're going to enhance immigrant enforcement. We're going to enhance it.
Yes.
Hey, why don't you come over and enhance me with some immigrant enforcement?
Dismantle.
Yeah, what they're going to do is enhance the amount of people.
Expanding efforts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to take the visas of a CEO.
Hey, what comes after $24.99? Oh, that's right. $24.98.
I would prefer.
You only count as a half, and you're a half, so that's one.
Look at this shithead. Sorry that you guys can't see it. My buttons broke over here, and Tim's working on Break Media. I clicked on a bunch of things. He saw it over there and laughed at me. I don't know which one it is.
Joe Biden thinks the American people are stupid, and what he doesn't realize is it's just his followers that are stupid.
Correct.
And it's just his supporters that are stupid.
He thinks that those are all Americans.
Yeah.
I've always said they're not stupid. They know their people that vote for them are stupid.
Yes.
Headline readers.
President Biden said in his X tweet where we were just reading, I would prefer to address our issues at the border through bipartisan legislation because it's the only way to actually fix our broken system. We got a broken system. I'm telling you, folks. Hey, man. We got a broken system. But Republicans, it's always that dirty Republicans. The Congress left me no choice.
Right.
So today I'm announcing actions to bar migrants from crossing our southern border.
Wait a minute. Didn't he say he didn't have the authority to do that?
I don't really have the authority, but they leave me no choice. The Republicans Congress won't work with me.
I got a Michigan update.
What do you got?
On the newcomers?
Yeah.
Nobody has stepped up to take them in. I've asked all these people with, hate has no place here and the saggies and stuff. Nobody's stepped up. Casey Helton has an empty podcast room. That would house a family.
Come on, Casey.
What the hell's left?
Come on.
Nobody's stepped up.
Casey.
Where are they?
You know what we could do?
Take them there?
We could have all the liberals volunteer and we could send them. We could
help the libtards.
I would help deliver.
Yeah.
My granddaughter, finished their second year of Spanish.
I could go pick up some illegals and drop them off.
Let's
make
let me know. Let's make a Facebook liberal sign up.
He did. He had about reporting them. But why don't you just change that?
No, he was doing the other side.
Well, let's just change it to
let's help them.
We'll help
They want to
Or
take
make a new page.
It's not hard to. I mean, everybody. All you got to do is Google the person's name. You'll come up with the address, and we drop them there. What do you think?
Let's help
You got a new
illegals
van
find a libtard
trailer.
home.
I do.
Where?
Let's help illegals find a libtard home.
Oh, that's where those signs
do it.
come in.
Yeah.
Libtard.
If you got a sign there, I've already got the cards made up to hand out. That they can show up at the Pride Parade, and I'll hand to the illegals. Look for these signs and go see these women. They give you free hugs, their moms and shit, and all sorts of
free hugs here.
Yeah, I saw a video on YouTube. This guy walks up to a guy in New Jersey, and he's washing his car, and he's got one of them signs. Hate has no
place
here signs out front of his house. This guy walks up and starts talking to him, strikes up a conversation, and then says something to the guy about, well, what do you think about the illegals and all that? Should we be taking it? Oh, yeah, we should be taking them in. And he says, good. You know, here you go. And he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out all this medication, prescriptions, and he hands it to him. He said, this is for Juan. This is for Julio. They're right over here.
Right over
here
here.
they come. Come here, guys. They found you. Oh, no. You can't stay here. No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a great video. That was a great video. Tim, are you able to push a button? I see you doing things over there.
He's pushing on something else, his own buttons, probably. He's in the dark. He's not even over there.
He's not even over there.
I know he's doing break media, but I can't control my there. Okay.
Tim,
I don't know.
We're here to help you liberals out.
It's doing automatic.
Oh. He's playing with his nuts.
Do you want
again.
some more?
So this is an illegal migrant, an illegal immigrant.
Enough.
You guys look at this. He's taking a selfie at the border after he's just crossed illegally into America. Isn't that grand? Camera captured illegal aliens taking photos and selfies along the U.S.-Mexico border wall after unlawfully crossing into the country, completely unconcerned with exploiting the open border. Like, check this out, everybody. I just crossed the border. I am here in this country. These fucking idiots don't even know, and I'm going to get paid, bitches.
Probably a Saggy would take him in. He's not a bad-looking dude, man.
They got the eyes covered, though. There could be...
It doesn't matter. You know, I mean, it's not like they, the Saggies really got all that going on. I mean, he's got nice hair.
It's
looks
coiffed.
like he's well-groomed. I mean, he's kind of buff.
Mm-hmm.
I could see a Saggy taking him in.
I don't know, but aren't they afraid of men? Don't they?
You got a point.
I thought they only like beta males.
Well, maybe he could pretend just to get a meal in the bed, and I don't know. I have to ask. I'll ask him tomorrow.
What's the statistic of the statistic of rapes and the?
Do you see the one I posted up? That one over in France got no jail time for a 13-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wonderful people. So Biden is claiming to be the border president now. He's gonna be at the border and fix it.
Oh yeah, that'll work. The American people will fall for that.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got to take care of the other 20 million or whatever's in here now first, right?
One good thing that is over there by the border is they have a lot of diapers.
What did he just say?
A lot of diapers?
Yeah. Or the kids are coming from other countries.
Oh.
Biden is going over there.
Oh yeah. Did you hear?
Don't have to be worried.
Did you hear the scam on that?
What?
The amount of money that's being funneled through. So they go buy a $20 bag or package of diapers, and then they submit a bill for like $200 to the federal government. The people that are facilitating stuff.
Well, the military's been doing that for 100 years.
Yeah, but we're not talking about a $9,000 hammer or a $12,000 toilet. We're talking about $200 bag of
Posberg and them or Posberg is a little upset about the city council approving the pride thing at the Livingston Courthouse lawn every year now. I'm not upset about that. Let them have their thing. It's
what do they prove though?
They have it every year. Like, well, why wouldn't they, for one, not approve for somebody to have a little parade if they're peaceful, right?
Yeah.
I mean, give them a day. Why do they got a month? Give them a day, but if they get a day, I get it. It's a photo shoot for me.
We're going to get into some photos here after the break and do that. I got to give you this quote though, or this definition. Show trial. a trial held for show.
Mm-hmm.
The guilt of the accused person has already been decided in advance. It's already been decided in advance.
Sure.
It's already done. So before Trump walked into court,
he was guilty.
He was guilty. It was already decided.
I told everybody that months ago.
Alex Jones, before he walked into court in two different spots, one up in New England and one over down in Texas for the Sandy Hook stuff. They already said, you're guilty by default. You didn't give us your information. They gave him every information they had. Well, they said, no, you're hiding information. He said, no, we've given you all the information. Well, you're guilty by default. Now we're going to have a trial on how much it's worth your guilt, and came back with a $1.7 trillion judgment.
Oh,
Trillion or billion?
Trillion.
Ah. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. And they've offered multiple settlements to settle, and that's what this is what they're trying to do, is destroy
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Well, why doesn't he just hire a bankruptcy attorney, file bankruptcy?
He's already in bankruptcy. That's the whole point.
Oh.
He's personally in bankruptcy, and the company's in bankruptcy.
Yeah.
They don't want the money. They want him shut down. And the reality is, as soon as they shut down InfoWars, he will be bigger than ever, and he's one of the biggest conservative voices out there.
I want paybacks I'm sorry I mentioned this before. I want paybacks. I'm sorry. I want somebody in there to go, okay.
I want him to be held. I want to be held accountable for the bullshit they pulled and what they put our country through. That's what I want. All right, guys, we're going to go to break. We'll be back after this nice montage of 8.5 minutes. All right, very good. We will see you guys shortly. I'm going to go refill my drink because it's the Ready, Right, Drinky Drink show.
We live in the age of information warfare, where propaganda is not simply a weapon, it is the entire field of battle.
You can't imagine the things that he's going to do. Mexico, Canada. We can't go to Canada because eventually Canada will become annexed to America.
And shoot visitors to the White House. Yeah. That means he can shoot the First Lady.
Using martial law against the American people.
Terminate the Constitution.
Might be sent to jail, or their rights might be suppressed, especially minority groups in society.
Assassinate generals.
Ordering troops to attack American citizens. Trump's very well-armed and extremist base will try to kill people.
People will begin in their minds to censor themselves. They might say, well, maybe I shouldn't say this.
That's how panicked they are, is that the First Amendment is our Achilles. We need a unified mind. That means you're in a cult. What did Justin Trudeau say last week?
There is out there a deliberate undermining of mainstream media. There are the conspiracy theorists. There are the social media drivers who are trying to do everything they can to keep people in their little filter bubbles, to prevent people from actually agreeing on a common set of facts.
Somewhere from a special place in hell, Saul Alinsky, forced to watch C-SPAN for eternity, is laughing.
I suppose, given a choice, I think I would pick hell.
Reveling in Joe Biden's textbook example of a speech utilizing every rule for radicals he could jam in.
Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Biden's address of doom arrogantly rattled on, knowingly ignoring the criminal double standard that the speech was perched upon like a gargoyle.
And here, in my view, is what is true. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. They refuse to accept the results of a free election.
He's an illegitimate president in my mind.
Would you be my vice presidential candidate? Folks, look, I absolutely agree.
All you hear is sci-fi. It all exists within the medical range and how we're able to treat a variety of neurological disorders, targeting the brain, being able to get in there more specifically, affect certain neural cancers, etc. And we spoke earlier about a technique that's become very well known, CRISPR-Cas9, that allows us to literally modify bugs in a variety of different ways. So I now may be able to take a relatively harmless microbiological agent, a bacterium or a virus, do some gene editing and make this thing far more morbidly viable, make it far more virulent, and in some cases even make it far more lethal.
Gene editing, gain of function, illegal as hell. And he talks in these conferences about, we've been very discreet about the things that we're not supposed to be doing, but we've done them. Now, you think Al-Qaeda's got a gene editor machine that costs $3 billion? No. And there's one of their main directors. He goes on and on and on. 2017. Now we've dug up his latest talks. Oh, they're even worse.
What we're looking at is the use of drones, for example, unmanned vehicles, aerial vehicles, ground vehicles, aquatic vehicles, to deliver payloads of various forms of neurological chemicals, neurological microbes, whether those be bacteria and or viruses, neurological toxins, to a variety of different populations that range from the individual to a fairly large aggregate of individuals utilizing multiple drones and or other forms of unmanned vehicles.
And they say, oh, the Pentagon's got to war game all this to know how to stop it. Yeah, they got to have the bioweapon labs to produce 5 billion years of evolution virus of 5 viruses that no one would ever put together, not in a trillion years, and then that very virus gets released. But it's all in the name of protecting us.
The relative ease of acquisition of these techniques and the relative ease of use. Again, this is not for the completely naive, but someone with basic gene editing and or microbiological skills and molecular biological skills could in fact utilize these techniques to modify an existing microbe, an existing virus, perhaps even existing structures of various organisms to create something that is modified or perhaps anew.
Oh, none of this is illegal because it's not in the law, so we can do it. Total madness, ladies and gentlemen.
Return, guys. There's no question about it. It's just going to take some time to do it.
Right. Go ahead.
Thanks, Brian. In the meantime, the sentencing date is July 11th. That's after the first debate. So the two candidates will debate. Then there's going to be the sentencing date. How's that going to affect the RNC? What if has home confinement? He can't go? Does the convention still happen? Does he zoom in on the screen? How does he campaign? If he goes to prison, what does that look like? Will he be in prison with Secret Service on Election Day?
We're in uncharted waters, right? Obviously, there's no prohibition against him being elected president, even if he's confined somewhere. Right. But I certainly hope that doesn't happen. There's lots of discussion. We talked about it all last night. There'll be more discussion today about how we might adjust things in the schedule and all of that. But I'm going to tell you what will happen. I predict this will increase turnout on our side. He will win decisively. He will become the next president. He was already, as I said, crushing Joe Biden in the polls. I think as this plays out and people get more and more frustrated about it, I think it will help us. And that huge enthusiasm gap that already existed between the Trump and Biden campaigns will be even wider. People now see Donald Trump as a symbol of something. He's more than just an individual. He's a symbol of fighting back against this government corruption, the deep state, the bureaucracy, and all the rest. And we need his leadership in the White House now more than ever.
I mean, just seeing for the last 5-6 weeks, everything just stopped. Everyone's watching. It becomes the number one story in big and small towns across the country. You wonder, the other 3 cases, the other 3 indictments, will they see the light of day? No one can say for sure, but we expect at any time the Supreme Court to rule on immunity. You have such a rich legal background. What should we all be looking for there? I know what you're hoping for. What are some of the rulings they could have?
Well, look, I do believe that the court needs to address that clearly. We have to set a standard here. There's a really important principle of immunity for a commander-in-chief. I mean, that's always been part of our legal tradition, and it makes good sense. You can't have somebody sitting in the Oval Office worried about some rogue prosecutor somewhere, some Soros-funded DA or some lawyer that's going to come after them for their decisions. And so that principle needs to be made concrete and needs to be expanded. I think this court will do the right thing because they see the abuse of the system right now. And that's the greatest peril here of all at the end of the day. This transcends even Donald Trump. It's about whether or not the people believe in our institutions, our system of justice. There's nothing larger than that in our system.
Right. And we were talking to Mark Penn, the very famous pollster, a little while ago, Mr. Speaker, about how this is going to boomerang on the Democrats. But nonetheless, even though it looks like it's going to boomerang and come back to haunt them, every day, every minute they can, the campaign is going to refer to him as Donald Trump, convicted felon, right up until it's overturned on appeal, if it is.
Yeah, and they'll still say that after the appeal, I'm sure. That's what was the whole objective of this thing. But I'm telling you that the people see right through it. I've been all across the country, north, south, east, west. Doesn't matter whether I'm in a blue state or a red state. People are disgusted by this. They see exactly what's happening. Old charges, a tainted judge. I mean, think of it. In the last couple of weeks, they've been apoplectic. They want Justice Alito to be recused from, future cases and proceedings because his wife flew a flag at their house. This judge on this case in Manhattan was an open Biden supporter, an open, activist, a political activist, and no one cared about that. So the double standard is clear. Everybody sees it.
I was just going to come back on me and mention that QR codes are on the screen as everybody's returning to the table. Tabla. And wanted to get any of y'all that want to jump over and watch Twitch, the Twitch stream. That's where you can actually grab us some clippy clips. I think I used I did. I used the t-shirt link for the show we did the other day. I changed the text, so that's why we haven't been doing it. But of course, Larry's email. For those of you who want to give us a shout out on his email. You haven't been telling us, Larry, if you've actually been getting anything in the way of flame mail or anything.
Unless it's going into the, what do they call it, the spam folder?
Could be going into the bullshit.
That's true.
Don't give a shit folder.
That's true. So I'd say if you're a friend of the show, you should put something in the subject line that really gets Larry's attention. And you know what gets Larry's attention these days. So that should work.
Yes. Send all checks to.
Right. Fill out all checks payable to cash. That will work. So yeah, speaking of cash, of course, the support is definitely needed. We need to replace some cameras around here, do a little upgrades. We're working on a couple of different things.
It does cost money to do the show, and if anybody wants to support us, we lost one channel on our control board. We're having issues with one of the cameras across the man cave camera because we lost a channel on the board. And just before the show, I had to reroute an entire 25-foot HDMI because that HDMI died. So we didn't have the rail shot like an hour before the show.
Yeah, so I lost one of the other GoPros I've been using.
So I heard you had an interesting week, Jeremy. Were you interviewed by the Associated Press?
I was. Did you ever see the footage?
No.
I wasn't able to find the footage, but according to the Associated Press press guy, we were the first submission. He literally came in, put the camera on there, and then caught our reaction as the verdict was being read. We had Fox on the big screen, and we had
CNN
or MSNBC.
Oh yeah, right.
MSNBC on the my main feedback monitor over here.
Right.
And he caught us live with his camera. Plus, Tim had turned the camera on. We haven't processed any of that footage, have we, Tim?
No, we have not.
So Tim was smart enough to kick the record on for our stuff as well as his footage, and he was doing great, just moving around and using his camera and capturing our stuff. And so then he watched our reaction live to it, and then once that kind of played itself out, then he put the camera right here in front of me, and Tim sat over there, and we had our camera over there, and he said, "Okay, can I ask you like 4 or 5 questions?" And he did a quick interview, and he ran. Did he do the interview first, or he got all that footage?
Yeah, he
ran outside, got in his vehicle.
Yeah, did his
uploaded it.
Yeah,
came back in about 20 minutes later and said, "I was the first submission of a
live reaction
to the AP wires."
Yeah.
So I don't know where that would have been posted because we looked for it a little bit.
Yeah. What we did end up seeing is a bunch of leftists freaking out and jumping up and down and laughing and pointing, which we didn't really respond in that fashion. We, I was slightly surprised at an immediate and then just they rattle off just so fast all 34 guilties.
34.
Yeah.
Count one guilty, and it was laborious over here because
we watched back.
I was at MSNBC. Did the we watched it afterwards.
Afterwards, I'm subscribed to I do subscribe to YouTube TV, so we're able to actually roll back the live like a DVR.
And he's literally going and count one guilty. And count two.
Left media tried to
guilty. And count
milk
three
it out.
Guilty. We're like, really?
Yeah. And then the graphic feed eventually got like 7 or 10 accounts ahead of him because they were, they weren't going to milk out the
because I think they were telling him in his ear, and there was enough of a delay that their graphic was moving like.
It was like 7
8 counts. Yeah. It was, but it was pretty cool, Larry.
Big
you
question.
recommended that. What's
Big
that?
question to Larry. Somebody wants to know if he bypassed White Castles tonight. I said, no, yeah, burrito.
Larry called me in a panic.
59 studio. Did Larry bypass White Castles tonight?
Yes. Larry called me in a panic, running late from work. He said, I'm on my way, buddy. Did you cook or do I need to stop somewhere? I'm like, for God's sake, do not stop at White Castle.
Now it's probably worse with a burrito. Well, it wasn't bean burrito.
No.
Yeah, there were no beans in the burritos.
No.
Next time have beans.
No.
You didn't. Oh, Jeremy found an article that features Jeremy on the BBC.
I do have the 15 bean ham
features
hock
me.
stew.
Barron just said found an article that features Jeremy on the BBC. Found the or an article. Barron, come on, man.
Well, send us the link, Barron.
What the fuck, Barron? All right,
send us a link, Barron. Send us a link.
Barron.
Wait, what is Bon Jovi saying? 5 seconds.
It's a YouTube thing, and I didn't want to click on it and then have stuff.
No, go ahead. I'll open up another window, but you're muted already.
I hate this ad shit. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, what's it saying? Skip that shit. Skip that shit. 5 seconds in.
I don't have any
Alameda.
volume on it.
No, that's fine. It's just it says
Somebody-
5 seconds
some-
in. That's a reaction.
Minute 44.
Oh, minute 44.
It's a minute 44, whatever this is. People across the U.S. react.
On BBC.
No, this is an
it's,
AP.
AP. I wonder if you're in here.
I don't know. We're listening.
I'll watch. I'll let you know.
You have to let me know. Let's do this while we're searching that out because if
Oh, there
it
you
is.
go.
Shit.
Is it?
Whoa, there it is. Hold on,
here, buddy.
It's on chat there.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
Send it to.
Get it. Give me that.
Holy shit,
Give it to
Jeremy's
me.
famous. Oh, fuck.
On the AP. Holy shit.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like you're the
Good
lead
job.
story, man.
Right at the
John Bon Jovi.
right at the beginning, right after the motorcade or that truck goes
Copy
by.
the link. You send it to me.
Where is it?
I
Is
did.
it in chat?
No, it's
Check your
yes,
your
it is in
Facebook.
chat. The chat one. You should
in
be
the
able to have
chat.
it, from Bon Jovi.
John Bovey.
Check your Facebook.
On
your messenger.
Did you just send it to me?
Calls
On
me
Rumble?
Boom.
Larry's got it to me.
I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely a travesty of justice. This is something that has shown to all of the American people out there how corrupt our government and our court systems have become.
Hell yeah, dude! Hell yeah!
You just went global.
In New York.
Check that shit out, dude.
Casey.
I feel like a little bit of justice is served.
That is insane. That
Wow.
was my reaction. I'm shocked.
Can you roll it back?
And they even
Let's do that again.
Just because
he wants to
there's
see
so
himself.
much
Yeah,
political-
play it again and
Just
look.
put it on a
They
loop.
identified you as a podcaster.
Yeah, do that.
Absolutely a travesty of justice. This is something that has shown to all of the American people out there how corrupt our government and our court systems have become.
Yep. Just that sound.
Celia Township.
Nice. Did he spell my name wrong?
I am so excited about the
No, he got
verdict
you.
in New York that I had to come out today.
Yeah,
to
is
do
your
my
last name
happy dance.
Podcaster?
That finally I feel like a little bit of justice
I got a
is served.
screenshot.
One more
That
time.
is
Draw a dick on
insane.
it.
That was my reaction. I'm
You
shocked.
trying to back
Larry,
up?
I'll send it to you. You draw a
Absolutely
dick on it.
a travesty of justice. This is something
Your
that
name not
has
even up there?
shown
It pops up
to
next.
all of the American
Spelled it
people
wrong.
out there how corrupt
Jeremey.
our
Yeah,
systems have
it's all good.
become.
I'll take it. I'll take it. No one's above the law. except Hillary
So
and Biden
about
and
the
all the other
verdict
fucks.
in New York that I had to come out today to do my happy dance. That finally I feel like a little bit of justice is
Your
served.
happy dance.
That is insane.
You know what you can do with your
That was my
happy dance?
reaction. I'm shocked.
She's happy that the Constitution got flushed.
Alameda,
And
California.
Just because there's so much political mumbo
and
jumbo
you know what? Your life's gonna be
surrounding
so much
this, and
better
it's just taken so long.
Wow, we were there on the
for this
AP.
to,
Can you believe that?
to finally come to a
Shit, yeah, bro. All right, I'm done with these people.
You know,
No me sorprendió, sabía que lo iban a hacer porque ellos no
I
lo
am
quieren
here
decir.
illegally, and I don't even know what to say. She's not here illegally.
That's true. That lady
Anyways,
can't
all right. So yeah, thanks. That was a good one. All right, let's get into the BS that is Pride Month. Oh, we're so proud. We're so proud.
What the fuck is that?
This is
Monkey?
Victoria
Grayson. Where did they get it from? The jungle?
Victoria Grayson was arrested in Chicago for beating a man to death and then concealing the death. Law enforcement found the body of the victim in the apartment. Victoria is charged with 2 felonies. The media is referring to him as a woman. And this is from a post from Libs of TikTok who are saying trans violence is violence. And they're saying actually more times than not,
woman?
that is a woman.
What?
There's your
Well,
competition, Saggies.
Just
Here's
because
a dude.
It's a dude with a 2 o'clock shadow.
Oh,
Not quite
okay.
at 5 o'clock, but there's clearly been some I don't know, not enough waxing there on the facial hair, maybe. So let's do this one. I want to warn everybody.
Okay.
Right now, I'm going to warn everybody out there in our listening audience. Not that you don't get enough shit from us and have to censor all of our stuff and hide the kids from what we normally do here. But here's this is what they like to celebrate in Pride Month.
Oh yeah.
This is what they like to celebrate.
Oh, come on, man.
This is what they like to celebrate.
That is hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is what they like to celebrate. I know why the guy on
That's Larry's
on the
brother
left,
on the right.
well, the thinner guy on there.
That's my cousin.
I know why he's got not much hair on his head, because it all migrated to his back. It all retreated. That is the most disgusting fucking thing.
I can show you some worse. I got some pictures of the girls.
No. That is disgusting. So this is the icon of what we're doing for Pride Month. And here's what I have to say. The statement is: moms get 1 day a year.
I sent you the link. You can go through the
deviant buttfuckers get
no. Go to the link. There's more than 30 days, man. It's throughout the year.
I know it.
It's huge.
Which one is it?
It's underneath. You can
Right
go
there?
and show the
Is that
mayor's
one?
house if you want. That's right below the
LTBG
mayor's
Nation.
house.
Okay. All right. You can switch back to this, Tim.
I put it to Facebook.
Already
I
did.
sent it to-
It's October. Bisexual Awareness Day was last month. We're smack in the middle of LGBT History Month. And we just had National Coming Out Day.
Look at
the
that.
holiday season is just around the corner, or just a reach around for you guys out there in our audience. So it seems like a good time as any to look at the rest of the LGBTQRSPU mafia and how we like to destroy the fucking country because we're deviant, sexual, demonic.
Look at how
people.
the very first one, the Holocaust Remembrance Day, it's for all the victims of the Nazi era, including the gay men. They have to throw gay men into that. That's the Holocaust Remembrance Day.
Okay.
It's a day to remember all the victims of the Nazi era, including the gay men.
Let's do it like we always do.
Oh,
Let's
no,
go
you
around
don't
table.
have time, man. Just cruise through. Look how many days is
Larry,
throughout the year. There's 2.
Just read the head, the black
National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. Go ahead.
Larry.
Aromatic Spectrum Awareness Week.
You got to be quicker, Larry.
National GLBT Health Awareness
Week.
George.
International Transgender Day of Visibility.
Yeah, we got to make sure we see these transgenders because they're not putting
Day
their
of
dicks in our
Silence.
face.
Lesbian Visibility Day.
Yeah.
International Day against homophobia, transphobia, and biophobia.
Harvey Milk Day.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
have
don't
Harvey
even
Milk
want
Day.
to know what that means.
Harvey Milk was a
I don't know.
well, as it says, he was a politician and LGBT rights activist that was.
I thought it meant somebody was milking him.
No.
There you're in June, and then you go Pulse Night of Remembrance.
Okay.
Pulse Night. So that was
Pulse Nightclub.
Yeah. Okay. July.
Yeah. July. We got the International Drag Day in July.
Yep. September.
Yeah. We got Celebrate Bisexual Day.
And there's supporters.
Important. Yeah. In October, we got the whole LGBT History Month.
It's a month. So there's 30 more days on top.
So when we got the fucking right now is Pride Month, and then we got LGBT History Month.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't do all the other holidays for veterans, for moms, for dads, for
See, look how many more is in October. National Coming Out Day.
Yeah.
12th is whoever beaten, tortured.
Oh,
Day.
look at that! International Pronouns Day.
Oh.
Spirit
All right,
Day.
let's go around the table real quick. And if Tim, you want to chime in on this one? What are your pronouns? Coffee.
Asshole, old man, boomer. Somebody call me
All right,
boomer.
Larry, a boomer. Okay, asshole, old man, boomer. Larry,
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. George, what's your pronouns?
Get the fuck off my face.
Get the fuck out of my face. Tim, you got a pronoun list over there?
On Monday, it's turnip. On Tuesday, I usually am awake enough, so it's usually moves its way from vegetable through fruit to actual other meat products. But Mondays, I say it's Monday. I identify as a turnip.
Turnip. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So turnip. So I turnip or me turnip.
By the way, I did find the footage of you on the Associated Press website for sale for people who want to actually have more footage of the interview that he uploaded.
Oh, badass.
Yeah, it's actually
right
here.
there. You could put a dick in his hand.
Yeah.
Larry.
Yeah.
You
Why
see
would
how
you do that? Now you're going to give the saggies some. No, they don't have original thoughts. So if
They
you
would
don't
love
give
you.
them-
They go,
if you don't give them a
That's true.
thought,
Right.
Sorry.
they don't have
Damn
an
it.
original thought.
So here's a
Damn it.
montage.
You're
There's a
right.
montage
Again.
with the multiple shots. that
Yeah.
He was taking. He came around
Oh,
that
man.
way. Yeah. And so you're in that reel.
Nice.
This is a reel I found of multiple Americans
Bet me.
reacting to
Bet
the
me.
on the Associated
what?
Press.
$1 that they'll have some of that footage or whatever, and they'll doctor it.
In the
So you're the
this is my
opening
brain.
thing.
Yeah,
You,
what
you-
is
you-
Bremer
you
or
actually
whatever?
do have to buy it. You actually
Correct.
do have
That's
to
why
buy
they
it.
have
You
the watermark
purchase,
over top of it.
purchase a license for.
But that's what the Associated Press does. They
Exactly.
do.
We're not done with that, though. Tim,
So-
hold on. We're only
Okay.
going through October.
We still have,
here, baby.
but that's great. Great work, Tim. Way to find
I
out.
went to
Asexuality Awareness Week.
We got. So we went through pronouns. Oh, my pronouns. I forgot to say my pronouns. Go fuck yourself.
Mhm.
Same
I
as
didn't
mine.
want to steal yours.
Was yours go fuck yourself?
Yes.
No, mine was get the fuck out of
Yeah, we're all. I mean,
Yeah.
being heterosexual, we don't want to diversify too much.
Yeah.
We're just.
I'm a
like,
gay
get the
black
fuck
guy.
out. You
Anyway,
are. You're
look
sexy.
at all this in October. There's weeks.
Spirit Day is the third Thursday in October.
Asexual Awareness Week.
Yeah, asexual awareness. What's that one, Larry?
Intersex Day of Remembrance.
First
I don't know.
protest.
Yeah,
Transgender Awareness Week.
yeah.
Transgender
It's
Day
November.
of Awareness.
December's got World AIDS
World
Day.
AIDS Day.
So how many
So
was
who
that,
can,
Larry?
that I have
And there's
We can
literally
celebrate
90.
the World
What does
Day.
AIDS mean? Do you know?
Acquired immune
Autoimmune
deficiency
is-
syndrome.
It's not another infected dick sucker.
No,
Another.
it's acquired immune deficiency syndrome. It was another Anthony Fauci program
Yeah. That's
where
what
they
we-
murdered
Yeah.
Oh.
millions of people.
And if you add up all those days, there's, if I remember from last year, there's over 90 different days.
How many?
And over 90 within the year, because there's awareness weeks, there's days, there's months, there's transgender awareness week. So there's 7 days. You add it all up, it's over 90
Did you
days.
find out what the
And
circle?
moms only have one.
25% of the year.
Yeah,
Quarter of the year.
quarter of the year. And tell me that their flag is not a flag of
What is
conquer.
the circle? Somebody.
I thought you looked that up.
No, you said you were going to ask them because I couldn't. I
What they
looked.
say? Look in the chat.
I think the circle is transgenders or
No, the
No,
transgenders.
pedophiles. I think.
The circle's a pedophile?
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No, it
No,
can't be. No, they
so
wouldn't
it's
do that.
LGBTQ plus. The
You have
plus
to
is
put
supposed to be for
you got to put
pedophiles.
the picture.
Oh,
Are
the
they
plus
seeing
is
that?
for pedo.
What?
Maybe
Yeah.
the circle's for
I'm
bestiality.
only at Tim. What
It
screen
came-
are you on?
Your wall feed.
Okay. You switched my
what?
The 4K for me.
Oh,
all I'm seeing is
because I did that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's all good.
Somebody's got to answer. What's the yellow? I know what the other
What is the
arrows
new?
are.
What is the new blue circle in the yellow?
No, it's purple. It's actually purple.
Is it a purple?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a circle.
I was
Whatever it is.
I was about
what
to
is
tell
it?
you, except for every time I search on this computer, stupid Yahoo search takes over because you won't use Chrome on here.
I haven't used that computer.
Somebody call the mayor. He'll know.
He will.
I had it just in front of me.
Okay.
And then the fucking search engine takes over.
I'm going to switch off that.
Oh, right. I'll just push this.
Somebody's got to answer
that.
If
so we got that, not a dick. Yeah, pretty cool that through Larry
intersects.
Intersects.
The circle is the intersects.
Intersects.
So what's
flag.
the yellow for? Or is that
What's the yellow field?
Yellow field.
The yellow field is just that's the whole thing. Intersects.
It's a purple circle that represents intersex.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the yellow. Was the yellow there before? I know the little arrows go for transgender and then black and Latino.
No, the Latinx.
Latinx.
Look at Studebaker, 59 Studebaker. Is that a new person?
No, Studebaker's been in there for a little while.
Okay, this Sterling Heights has the golden butthole on it. 59. They do. They have this big golden. Looks like I don't know. Every time I don't know what it means, but it's a big giant golden circle.
Wow.
He just called it the golden.
Somebody has to answer it. That was just added this recently.
No, it's been there for
not that yellow.
Yeah,
no,
it's been there forever.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Larry, last year they just added the what?
I'm talking about the thing on M59.
No,
what
I'm talking about
the circle.
Oh, the circle there is new.
Yeah,
it probably means bestiality.
No, it means intersex.
It means intersex, Larry. He just said it.
How much
is your earpiece in?
How much more does before the gay flag is just? No wonder gays are pissed.
They're just. It's stupid. All right, let's look at this. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, or a gay and trans activist why they're so interested in your children.
Yeah.
And if you don't know that picture of that person with their head cocked to the side, is from a San Francisco gay choir where they sang, "We're coming for your children. We're going to indoctrinate your children. We're going to teach them not to hate and be sexually exploited." I added a couple of lyrics, but that's the first ones are completely accurate. So that's what they're doing. And we've got a whole month of this. I would encourage everybody to be peaceful and cordial.
Just remember, it is Groomer Awareness Month, so protect your children.
I would encourage everybody during this. Oh, there it is. Are you playing the audio, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the song from that.
Just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it.
You're demonic.
We'll convert your children. We'll make them tolerant and fair. We'll convert your children. Someone's gotta teach them not to hate.
Do we have the stat on how many of the gay choir members were actually convicted pedophiles?
That would be an interesting stat.
I believe the reason that this video originally got pulled down,
they were busted because they were pedophiles.
Because they're like the majority of them were pedophiles, and it got pulled down because they're like,
that was actually the next link was on this was
how many pedophiles?
Busted gay men choir were coming for your children. The ultimate twist, they were all pedophiles. Yep,
all of them.
Yeah, pedophiles.
Busted pedophiles. Okay.
Yep.
And
there's a shocker.
Yep, because
NAMBLA.
They can come for my children.
Just remember NAMBLA.
Yeah,
they don't want to come after my
children. It's just their favorite thing to come
12
for.
gauge.
Yeah.
They can come in the front of
They come in the front, they come in the back.
One last one on the LGBTQ fucking idiot people.
You didn't show the mayor's house. It's so.
Oh shit! I'll get to that in just a second.
Okay.
Mayor Groomer.
Yeah, here's this one, a nice little thing. It says, "We're coming for you, bitch." And what are they going to steamroll with their hijacked colors? Traditional family, Christian values, the sanctity of marriage. They want to just steamroll that shit because it's not about getting equal rights for themselves. It's about destroying the sanctity of marriage and the natural society. And they go, well, there's even gayness in animal kingdom. There's even gayness. No. The only time that you see homosexual behavior in the animal kingdom is when one animal is trying to overpower and dominate another animal by assaulting it.
Well, or there's a submissive role by one of the other pack, like hyenas will do it or whatever, where they're trying to gain favor from someone in the pack by.
But post your flag over top everything and act like you conquered, even though you didn't. You failed. Oh, all right, let's do this. The Facebook, I wanted to go to that one. What was the one I just got sent?
Well, I sent you the flag and the mayor's.
Oh,
yes, that's what it was.
The groomer.
Mr.
What's that mayor's name again?
There it is right there.
Let's not do that.
The flag that to show what the flag looks like, and then you can see the front of his house.
Okay, so this is the flag.
That is the flag, and you'll see it.
They have a flag.
The flag.
They have a flag,
and you'll see it flying up.
And so there is the flag.
That is the flag.
That is the flag, and
Which
then
else? And this is
and then
here's your mayor.
Here's the flag there on display in the mayor's front yard.
Catholic guy, ex-military guy, and no American flag. It's the American flag, I guess. I'm, right there turned into a rainbow flag. I'm proud of our mayor and proud of you people that voted for him. It's emblematic of all of us.
That's the flag.
That's the flag.
Well, that's what happens when you elect a groomer.
It's pretty much a bastard.
What did George say? George, I'm fucked up here. I have to take my hair now. What'd you say?
George just out of the blue, he's like, so he's pretty much a bastard.
Yeah.
Fucking love you. All right. We'll convert your children.
I got word that he does have hate has no home in Livingston County, but he hasn't trimmed his bush from a neighbor. Said that it's still out there, but it's overgrown.
Who says he likes bush?
I don't know.
He might like sausage and not bush.
We have a sausage toss.
Have we seen Cat Respecter in the chat?
I've got to go back.
I have not seen him call Larry out all show long.
Or say
Tim's name.
Bovey's been tearing it up.
Don't encourage him.
I love him.
Sleeping.
We love him. We know his alter ego as a human being, and he's actually an awesome dude.
Cat Respecter's the FBI. You know that, don't you?
He's a spook. He's probably CIA.
He's a
Fed.
Larry was FBI. Cat's probably a spook.
Did I send you these?
Studebaker says it's Protect Your Butthole Month.
Quite right.
It's Schlong COVID Awareness Month.
Schlong COVID. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on.
Okay,
moving on. Moving on town to town. Let's see. We dealt with Pride Month. That's about as much as I can handle without throwing up in my mouth more than twice. Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Oh, that piece of human garbage.
Oh, that piece of shit.
Boy, he's been telling on himself. Did you see that MTG had him?
Oh, I've got her right here.
Oh, yeah.
She pinned him
up against the wall.
Let's play MTG.
For the takedown.
And see what this sassy bitch has got to say about it.
No, that's not a yes or no.
Yes, it's a yes or no.
I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a you don't know what you represent. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci?
I am a scientist who uses the scientific method to gain information.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, that's not a yes or no.
Yes, it's a yes or no.
I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a you don't know what you represent.
Oh,
But this, as director of the NIH, you did sign off on these so-called scientific experiments. And as a dog lover, I want to tell you this is disgusting and evil, what you signed off on, and these experiments that happened to beagles paid for by the American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes for animals to be tortured like this. So the type of science that you are representing, Mr. Fauci, is abhorrent. You confess that you made up.
All right, let me clarify for that. Stop it there and back it up 10 seconds. Oh, I'm in control of it. So
What's with the dogs?
That's what I wanted to clarify. Okay. The dogs, they took beagles, and you saw that. They removed their larynx so that they couldn't cry out, so that they couldn't protest it. They put them in those boxes that you saw. I'm going to back it up and see if I can get the her holding up the thing. There's Fauci acting surprised that he's being called out for being a megnomat. What do they call him? Okay, so those dogs get put in those boxes right there. Their larynxes are removed so that they can't cry out from the pain and torture they're doing, and then they release sand fleas.
Oh, that's why.
Into the boxes to literally eat their faces
in life.
And that is supposed to be some scientific test that Fauci needed to do for some purpose.
Where's PETA on that stuff?
PETA is the #1 euthanizer of animals.
Well, I mean, they like to
the world.
Look
up PETA.
When they saw that, why didn't they immediately fire up the bans?
I'm a member of PETA.
Because not people eating tasty animals.
That is fucked up right there.
No.
Oh.
People against the people for the ethical treatment of animals.
Oh, but I like
number.
What was
the actual PETA organization is the #1.
What was the scientific
euthanizer of animals?
What was the scientific reason to have sand fleas just eat the fuck out of them while they couldn't do anything?
I can't remember.
Yeah, why would that fruitcake tell us to wear a mask when he knows?
Well, no, I'm just saying, what is that supposed to do?
Even Rand Paul told the world that trying to stop the COVID virus with a paper mask is like trying to swat a fly with a chain link fence.
Right. Let's do this. Continue this.
American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes for animals to be tortured like this. So the type of science that you are representing, Mr. Fauci, is abhorrent. You confess that you made up the COVID rules, including 6 feet social distancing and masking of children.
I never said I made anything up.
You admitted that you made it up. You made it up as you went.
I made it up.
So are you saying this is fake news, Mr. Fauci?
I didn't say I made anything up.
What did you say?
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared.
But this is science. And making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer. That man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked and he belongs in prison.
Suspend.
Here you are without your mask, where you got to go and enjoy the game and sit right next to people not following the 6 feet of distancing, not wearing your mask, and everyone else was forced to stay home and stop enjoying life. And your science here, your science displayed perfectly in this picture. We're children in school. We're put in plastic bubbles.
How about the ones where they had the kids with the mask on and then a little hole cut out so they could play their flutes or whatever the fuck it was? Dude, such a fucking, I mean, come on.
Of your science, your repulsive, evil science. And let's go back to your very own email. You said earlier you don't use email. Oh, you do. Right here. This is your own email where you said the typical mask you buy in the drugstore is not really effective in keeping out virus. I do not recommend that you wear a mask. This is your email. This is your own words. But yet children all over America were forced to wear masks. Healthy children forced to wear masks, muzzled in their schools. And then they were forced to learn from home because of your so-called science and your medical suggestions, while you and all your cronies get paid from Big Pharma. You know that what this committee should be doing? We should be recommending you to be prosecuted. We should be writing a criminal referral because you should be prosecuted for crimes against humanity. You belong in prison, Dr. Fauci.
Fauci's on stick with Mr.
I don't understand why she's so angry with me. All I did was murder millions of people through my policies. I don't understand why she's so upset. She just seems to be angry, and I don't understand why that would be. Here's one I wanted to get to. Let's do this one. Why did that one click up? No. Get the gay off there. God. Get the fucking gay off there. All right. Anthony Fauci didn't care that you couldn't visit your loved ones in the hospital.
Oh, Anthony didn't care if your business shut down.
Anthony Fauci didn't care if your business oh, you already read that one.
Do the one above it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony Fauci didn't care if you lost your job.
That one, Georgie.
Georgie's on his phone.
Georgie's texting somebody as well.
Anthony
It's always on his
Fauci
phone.
did care of the economy.
He didn't care if the economy tanked.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anthony Fauci didn't care about the consequences of pushing the Pfizer or Moderna.
He didn't care that children had their lives upended.
Anthony Fauci didn't care about consequences. Anthony Fauci didn't care if your kids became depressed from being locked indoors.
The only thing Anthony Fauci cared about, I was going to steal it.
Go ahead.
Is playing God.
Pushing mandates.
Do you remember how he was
Making money, somebody say?
It was like in the middle of
beating
attention.
Trump.
Beating Trump. Huh? What did you say,
Do
George?
you remember 2 years ago, he was in the middle of attention, even he was driving in his neighborhood, all the people coming outside in the plaza.
Dude, have you seen the picture of him with a candle?
He's got one
of like
were so stupid and they didn't put one and one together.
Yeah.
And they go in and saying that he is helping us.
Oh, he's such a hero.
Yes, and I'd like to remind anybody.
It's exactly what it is, exactly what Biden did with all the jobs.
Yeah.
He wiped out all the jobs, and now he created again those jobs, but saying that I'm creating those jobs. And he created the virus.
Hey, man.
And he came with a vaccine to help people, and young people are dying.
Come on, man. Some more jobs.
I wonder how many
more jobs right now because everybody's got to work 3 jobs to compensate for the 1 job they had before. I came in. Some more jobs, man. Come on.
Yep, but I would like to remind our viewers that those of you who are new, if you haven't created a Rumble account, you can create a Rumble account, put your email address in. Just takes a second, and you can join the chat and be part of the show. We don't allow phone calls.
No,
we don't allow phone calls. But we do
time.
monitor the chat. So if you're a first time watcher, go ahead and create an account with Rumble if you don't have one, and log in. And
we may open it up
take
on a
part of the
different
show.
night up to an X Spaces. X Spaces is getting pretty good. And what X Spaces is that you're on your X account, you're formerly Twitter, and you put your hand up in there, and then you click on it, and so the person already has their name on there, and so you can see their profile and everything like that, so you know who you're clicking on. It's a little bit more disclosure. What are you going to say, Coffee?
I had, I'm not going to mention the name, had somebody bring that up, and I had thought about it too. It'd be cool if you had a half hour, 9 to 9:30, whatever, where you go, all right, we're going to take people's question, caller number 3, and you have the phone there, whatever we want to. And they call in. We wouldn't follow any. Casey could call in without saying it's Casey and ask a question, or say, fuck you, Jeremy, if he's caller number 3.
Right.
And I was like, it would be kind of
be
cool
fun.
that they could interact, on a phone, because
We could do something like that. I don't know if we would do it on this night. Maybe we set it up and we lay out a premise for half an hour and then take calls.
Because I would call up on, like where you couldn't identify me. I'd just stay home. And
You
call up
bugged
and
the
tell
fuck
you to
out of me
fuck
enough
off.
to where I was like, just come on the show.
We can do it. We can do
But
it.
I think it'd be
We could do it with
interesting 'cause
VoIP now.
instead of missing something here, somebody could actually call up and you hear their voice. I'm sorry.
What?
We can do it with VoIP now. We can do it with a Google Voice phone number.
Yeah.
The technical hurdle is the call in is having the actual software literally ring over the show. To be able to set up a software to have a waiting room, it's basically Zoom.
Yeah.
And what it requires is another person talking to those people in that room or screening those people and having them in a waiting room and then shoving them over. It takes personnel.
No, I agree with you. That's why I like the.
It's not just.
That's why I like the Spaces. I like the Spaces thing, because Spaces, you literally, the people join the Spaces thing on X, and then they just hit the button. I've gone into them multiple times.
We don't have the power of Mob L.
Yeah.
If you remember, when radio station call-in shows, Coffee, they had the entire power of Mob L.
I get it.
I get it.
funneling those phone calls for them,
Yeah.
so that they could have only so many lines they needed, and then so many lines would light up, and you would get a busy signal. We don't have that.
Well, I try to
option
make
now.
it easy. I know Jeremy's phone number, and I'll just say, call this number.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
then you.
We're
Well, I
gonna
guess
give
there is caller
Larry's
ID.
number.
Larry.
We're gonna. But I got to tell this story real quick. Speaking of the phone calls,
Yeah.
I called Big Dave, one of our veterans.
Yeah.
And I love Big Dave, but he wasn't able to make the last couple groups because he started doing karaoke on Fridays.
Oh,
right.
no.
And it was very successful. So I called him up and I said, how you doing, buddy? I haven't got to talk to you the last couple times. And he answered the freaking phone and said, "You have reached a number that has been disconnected." And I went, "You motherfucker," because I was his voice.
Yeah,
so I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And we were both laughing. And he goes, "I worked at AT&T, and my boss called me one day,
Yeah.
from his office to my office, an inter office call." And he answered it that way. "The number you have reached has been disconnected. Please try your call again."
Check
And
your
his,
number.
his boss
Please check your
hung up
number.
and called him back. And he says, "That was weird, man. I got a message saying that your phone had been disconnected." He's like, "Really? It's inner office, and we work for AT&T. How would my phone in the inner office be disconnected, and we work for AT&T in the AT&T call center,
and the message be in my voice?"
I was like, "That's awesome, Dave."
On the Fauci thing.
Yeah, Fauci.
But no, 3 days. I guarantee you 95% of the people don't know that they had the hearing of the guy with the actual emails stating how they were lying to people. I mean, actually, how to get past FOIA, how to do codes. And they actually had the emails right here. And the guy was like, "Oh, I really fucked up," type thing. I bet you none of the saggies or the liberals
No,
have
they don't
seen
care.
that.
People
And if
live.
they did, they go, "Oh."
Without getting a vaccination.
Let me see this one.
You affected people's ability to work. It's been insinuated that only politicians, only bloggers, only conspiracy theorists are disagreeing with you. I want to point out that I'm probably the only member of Congress that actually treated patients during the pandemic from the very beginning to the very end of the pandemic, during night shifts in the ER. Thousands of patients during that time. And in 2020, I was censored. My medical license was threatened because I disagreed with bureaucrats. Literally taken off the internet as a person who is treating patients with leading edge technologies, developing theories, but doing my very best, but being censored by the United States government for the first time, stepping in and taking the place of medical professionals as the experts in healthcare. Any dissent surrounding COVID-19 treatments, mask mandates, and any public policy surrounding the pandemic was immediately labeled as anti-science. I watched as public health officials and politicians told my patients what treatment options were best for them, regardless of their comorbidities or their medical history. Despite my education and my training and my experience, my opinions were relegated to conspiracy and misinformation by so-called healthcare experts who had never treated a patient throughout the entire pandemic. This has been a black eye on the medicine and has highlighted why government should never insert itself in between patients and their healthcare providers. The American people deserve to make medical decisions through conversations with their physicians rather than politically motivated mandates. Dr. Fauci, did you ever treat a patient for COVID during the pandemic?
I was part of a team that was at the NIH that took care. We didn't take care of many of them.
Okay, so not hands-on. Got it. Thank you. Why would I be criticized by a bureaucrat for doing my very best as a healthcare? This is a rhetorical question. But why? Why would the government, who's never treated a patient for COVID, you can read all the things you want, but you're not there. You're not seeing patients. You're not watching people die, intubating patients right there with that disease in your face, watching it happen, watching the development of this disease and actually learning from it. But I'm being told by bureaucrats what's right and wrong. And what's funny is everything I was censored on, I was proven to be right.
That's the statement of the whole thing.
Right.
Everything he was censored on, proven to be right.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
He didn't say some of them.
Yeah.
Everything.
What were you going to say over there, Tim?
I would like to know his this doctor's interaction and experience with the intubation protocol, because we have publications or productions that we've gone through that show how the intubation protocol was basically a euthanasia machine.
Right. They were recommended by bureaucrats.
A euthanasia machine.
Once they intubated the
kill
patients to put them up to 30 psi and literally blow their lungs out.
Not just that, but the actual the litany of drugs to keep the body from rejecting the intubation is the same cocktail used by Kevorkian.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's continue.
To kill people.
Pretty crazy, isn't it? You said in an interview that you gave as part of an audiobook written by Michael Spector that you believed an institutional should make it hard for people to live their lives so they'd feel pressured to get vaccinated. Could we run the audio?
Oh, you got to pay attention to this, people.
You think can be done about it? I have to say that I don't see a big solution other than some sort of mandatory vaccination. I know federal officials don't like to use that term.
Once people feel empowered and protected legally, you are going to have schools, universities, and colleges are going to say, you want to come to this college, buddy? You're going to get vaccinated. Lady, you're going to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Big corporations like Amazon and Facebook and all of those others are going to say, you want to work for us, you get vaccinated. And it's been proven that when you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological bullshit and they get vaccinated.
Thank you.
That's it. This motherfucker. Now listen to what Dr. McCormick says on this, because he just lays this piece of shit.
He is a sharp guy.
Megalomaniac.
Do you know where it's proved that the will of people? You know where that was originally proved? It was Nazi Germany.
Yeah, Nazi Germany. Yeah.
Are all objections to COVID vaccinations ideological bullshit, Dr. Fauci?
No, they're not, and that's not what I was referring to.
Well, in reference
It looks
to
like a rat.
making
No, it's not what you're referring to, but we just heard the fucking your voice on there saying that's when you empower the other people to intimidate everybody else, then they just feel like they got to get.
How many people lose their jobs? How many doctors, nurses, technicians?
If you punch me in my
how many
face,
people lose their life?
and then say I didn't punch you in your face, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you just punch me in your face, and then you say I didn't punch you in your face.
I didn't punch you in the face.
Yeah,
You're
and I'm
hallucinating.
bleeding. You know, and I go, oh, you
Now
did.
you're making that shit up.
Yeah,
You're just making that shit up. Come on, man. All right, let's continue with Dr.
hard for
McCormick.
people to get education, traveling, working. I'd say it very much was in context. And I take great offense to this.
Let me go back there. I want you guys to hear that.
All objections to COVID vaccinations, ideological bullshit, Dr. Fauci?
No, they're not, and that's not what I was referring to.
Well, in reference to making it hard for people to get education, traveling, working, I'd say it very much was in context. And I take great offense to this. Miss Allison Williams testified before this committee about losing her job because she sought an exemption for ESPN's vaccine mandate, which came from recommendations from bureaucrats like yourself. She and her husband were actively working with a fertility expert, a physician,
This is a bad
on how to get pregnant, and agreed with the premise that she was young, healthy, wanted to get pregnant, and shouldn't get the vaccination for medical purposes. But she was fired because you made it hard, just like you said in your statement, because you didn't want to make sure that the ideological bullshit got in the way of her working, of living her life, of making a medical decision with her healthcare professional. I think America should take great offense to this.
That's a great statement, dude.
That's exactly what you meant when you said making it hard for people to live without getting a vaccination. You affected people's ability to work, travel, be educated, to actually flourish in American society, to self-determine, as we're all given God-given rights.
They could charge
Dr. Fauci,
him
you've become Dr. Fear.
with 300 million
Americans-
charges of conspiracy against rights.
Pretty much.
Yeah. They need to take this fucker out. Let's finish this video and we'll discuss on this.
Shame on you. Dr. Fauci, you've become Dr. Fear. Americans do not hate science. I don't hate science. The American people hate having their freedoms taken from them. You inspired and created fear through mass mandates, school closures, vaccine mandates that have destroyed the American people's trust in our public health institutions. This fear you created will continue to have ripple effects over generations to come. You have already seen its effects in education, in the economy, and everything else. Quite frankly, you said, if you disagree with me, you disagree with science. Dr. Fauci, I disagree with you because I disagree with fear. That's been insinuated.
That is a beautiful statement.
Do you
I
know
disagree
what?
with you.
Let me tell a couple. Let me talk a couple
ahead,
of
Georgie.
words. You know how the people come in United States by playing green card lottery?
Yeah.
People that are coming in this country, they are still forced to get COVID vaccination.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that for a fact.
Coming in legally.
Legally.
But illegals.
Nobody asked them.
Nobody has.
They have to show. I know somebody that went to American Embassy to drop the paperwork that American Embassy is asking. And one of the points over there was you have to be COVID vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to show and to prove to them that you got COVID vaccinated.
Right.
This is why I'm saying this is going to go for years and years.
Yep.
Until people realize and things are put in the right spot.
Let me just scroll through these. I don't want to go through every video, guys, but David Icke posted, are you still falling for the diversion? Is Fauci a mass killer? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Through the fake vaccine and consequences of lockdowns, but you still not grasp the pandemic was never existed. It was never a virus. It was all a hoax played out to test for fake testing and the fake. So he goes through this and just breaks it down. We talked about that one. We talked about Marchant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, he is the highest paid government employee and has the highest retirement.
Yep.
Who, Fauci does?
Fauci was the highest paid. He made more than the president.
The president at the time, 400-something thousand. He made 690, I think, going on memory.
Yeah.
This is Rand Paul pointing out what we just heard from Dr. McCormick, playing that it's they're ideological bullshit. And they need to get vaccinated. I'm wondering, did Dr. Fauci have any financial investments?
Oh, for sure.
In the vaccine?
Pretty sure he would.
In the NIH? Were they? I'm just wondering.
You can ask Bill Gates about this one. He can tell you more.
Mm.
And he's a science guy too. He
You
based
know what?
everything in science.
He's
better a fucking doctor.
Tim, let's reach out to Bill Gates and see if we can get him to come in for an interview.
Right.
You may have to call him on the sat phone because he might be on Epstein's island.
JoJo's got a good one.
True.
What's JoJo got?
JoJo's got 75,000 doctors that lost their job because they refused to take the gene therapy shot. Were asked to return to their position because there's a huge shortage in the medical profession. Nuremberg 2.0 is too fucking good. But she puts, she's too nice.
She is too nice.
And the rest of them, whatever.
You're
right.
The production I was talking about that talked about the intubation did have a number of nurses, ER doctors that had expressed how they were being pushed out. It was actually an Epoch Times production. Which the $4 a month for Epoch Times, if you guys are not subscribed, I mean, just skip a meal, someplace. And, it brightens up your news feed every week, and they have productions that you can't see anywhere else behind that $4 paywall.
It's nice.
So it's good stuff.
Just for real quick, for shits and giggles, today is the 888th day of zero regrets for the unjabbed.
Nice.
Congratulations to all of you. We're legends. We're purebloods.
Hey, I'm wondering down the road if our blood would be worth like
gold.
Yeah.
Wow. Or higher, like platinum or uranium.
Yeah, some
purebloods. I mean, we've seen it for years, but we didn't pay attention, right? When you go to the nursery, not the children's nursery, but the plants, and you go to get plants for your gardens, and you look and you have to read the label real close to see what says non-GMO or heirloom seeds.
Heirloom seeds.
Yeah. And then you look over here and you go, oh, this has been genetically fucked with, and you go, no, I'm not going to buy that.
Oh,
and you buy the stuff that's heirloom.
Remember? You were pointing out the shit on the back of a box, and we were talking about a couple. I was looking at stuff at home. Bioengineered. And it's the peanut. It was the peanuts, Tim, that I had here in the jar. They're peanuts.
I know.
And it says bioengineered product. And so I'm like, they're peanuts.
Yeah.
The oil, salt, and the processing, the manufacturing.
This has it. I don't know if I can see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I
Can
wasn't
you see?
gonna,
I don't have my reading glasses.
I wasn't going to tell you when you were leaving them here saying, oh, you can eat them. It's like, I try not to because they're GMO'd.
All right. So these are cashews.
Cashews. Does it say non-bend?
Cashews, peanut oil, or cottonseed oil.
It always says
and
that
or sunflower seed oil or canola oil. Sea salt contains tree nuts, cashews. Really, cashews contain cashews? Look at that.
No
this is
shit.
for these fucking idiots who don't know that how to breathe without being told to inhale.
Well, cashews aren't nuts; they're legumes.
But it says literally contains tree nuts.
Yes.
In parentheses, it says cashews. May contain milk, soy, wheat, peanuts, and other tree nuts, sesame.
Well, it may contain. What does it contain? May
contain.
The key words: may, shall, should.
Because look at the ingredients say peanut oil and or cottonseed oil and or sunflower seed oil and or canola oil, meaning their primary oil is probably peanut. But if they run out of peanut oil, they'll throw some other fucking oils in there.
They can throw.
Yeah, they'll throw all sorts of
whatever
shit.
they have.
But it doesn't say engineered.
I can't read.
No, it says some breakage may have occurred during shipping.
Okay,
so your nuts are going to crack.
Don't go so far about this one. Go and buy strawberries in the store.
No,
they are like this big.
Yeah,
they're no
like an orange. It's not the strawberry.
Yeah, they're real strawberries that you get. Should be about they should be small,
size of a quarter,
like olive oil,
size of a quarter,
like an olive size, small olive size,
like green olive.
Green olive.
I've got some natural ones that are
a little bit bigger.
Yeah, about a quarter size. And they're sweet,
Not the
and
size
tasty.
of-
And they smell so
oh
good.
my god,
smell
they're
so good,
phenomenal.
Have you
And
ever
these big
seen?
ones,
No.
like you gotta you're like, where's
It's
my
like
flavor?
You are eating the cucumber.
Have you ever noticed when you get the big ones, the big strawberries, you want to dip them in something. You want to dip them in sugar. You want to dip them in some kind of cream. You want to, something like that.
Because they don't.
Because
flavor.
they're not sweet enough.
They don't have flavor.
Right. What do you got? What's in chat?
JoJo, and I just wanted to ask you, says
JoJo's
Epic
awesome.
Times is the best truthful news source. I've never, is that Epic Times?
Oh,
pretty
Epic
good?
Times is phenomenal. I'll pull it up real quick. In fact,
And she says that our purebreds were going to be requested.
yeah, we're gonna be I'll say it. So this is Epic Times, Epoch Times, Epic Times.
Say it both ways.
Even
every
the
time.
people that run the Epic Times say it both ways.
Yep.
So
I
I don't know what's
start
going
getting
on.
that then.
Yeah,
or
Epic
looking
Times,
at it.
and it's free. The upfront is free, but then there is a paywall, and you get more of their content, and it does help underwrite what they're doing.
I'd rather pay for the Livingston Post myself. The Livingston Post has
Yeah,
good
so they
stuff.
post stuff like this.
Well, no, they make
FDA.
videos.
Look at this one.
Yeah, they're good toilet paper.
The FDA advisory panel votes against MDMA drug ecstasy as treatment for PTSD.
Whoa.
Well, it's a thought.
Elon Musk urges Supreme Court for review after Jack Smith obtained Trump files. I'd have to check into that one. 35 years after Tiananmen Square, survivors dream of freedom and dignity in China. Yeah.
You people
Do you remember-
better
do you remember
start paying
Tiananmen Square?
attention.
Where they just ran people over with tanks?
These people better start paying attention.
Biden is taking a shit. Look.
He took a shit.
Yeah, look his face.
Hey, man, look. I got my glasses on so you can see how dilated my eyeballs are. Because I'm on so many drugs just to keep coherent, man. You can't even watch me walk upstairs because I can't walk
man.
upstairs.
You got mental problems. You
I
know?
can't walk upstairs, man.
What's wrong with
I
you?
had to take the top of my head off. Trying to have a break. Listen, folks, I'm telling you the truth. That's how you know it's the truth. Because I said I'm telling you. Going down the border. Dershowitz says Trump could fast track his court appeal. I got to click on this one. Since we're talking about the 34 guilty accounts. Dershowitz, who is not a Trump supporter, not a Republican, not a right-winger, is a leftist liberal and is on the flight logs of the Epstein. Dershowitz says that Trump could fast track his appeal to the Supreme Court and explains how. amid speculation about how former President Donald Trump's appeal for his conviction will play out, retired Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz said he thinks there's a way the former Trump can expedite his process to get it before the Supreme Court before the November election. President Trump vowed to appeal his guilty verdict in the case in which he was charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records in order to conceal a non-disclosure payment as part of an illegal bid to influence the 2016 presidential election when he was a candidate. But no, he wasn't.
That was one of the three options the jury was given. There's two others.
Yeah. While legal experts told the Epoch Times that standard practice is that all possible appeals in New York State court system must first be exhausted before an appeal, Dershowitz said, "Nah, we can bypass that shit." Amid allegations that the trial was politically driven and riddled with bias. No shit, Sherlock. For instance, whatever. Dershowitz addressed the matter in an interview with Megyn Kelly, who's not looking great. I don't know if you guys have seen her lately.
What's up with her?
She's looking very gaunt, like she's in a depressed. Yeah, I don't know if something wrong, but like she looked emaciated when I saw the interview.
Emaciated.
Yeah, like
a
vampire,
extremely thin.
On her.
Yeah.
Who's Megyn Kelly?
Megyn Kelly used to be huge on Fox until she
was.
fucked up and said the wrong thing and got booted. So she's been clawing her way back.
That was about the Tucker thing, or roundabout Tucker's when there was a few of them got tossed.
I can't even remember what you said.
Retired law professor said that President Trump's legal team should push to get its appeal heard immediately before the New York Court of Appeals, which is the highest court in New York State and the last step before petitioning the U.S. Supreme Court. However, appeals to this court are not automatic and generally require permission from the appellate division of the New York Supreme Court. Quote, how does Dershowitz sound? He should make an appeal to the. I know. Yeah. Anyways, he should make an appeal to the New York. Well, he's in New York. He's in New York.
Yeah.
He should make an appeal to the New York Court of Appeals, asking them to bypass the appellate division because it's not going to get justice in the appellate division. I don't know if that was even close, but it was funny for me.
This guy.
Yeah. Give me some Dershowitz.
See if I find him.
Back in 18 whatever, this is a stain on our criminal justice
really is.
system.
And
now I remember how he talks.
This is a stain. Yeah.
Give me a little bit more. I just got to catch the cadence.
Is worse than undoing the Constitution. That's how extreme some of these people are. And it's not only this case, it's the three other cases. I go over each of them.
A little lower Woody Allen.
In my book, Get Trump.
Yes.
And every single one of them.
Like he's kind of complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So number two, I think
remiss.
Number two, I think would be a failure to give an instruction on the missing witness, Dershowitz said. The way the judge and the prosecution handled Alan Weisenberger, Weiselberger, really denied the defendant. Anyways,
another Jewish brother.
Another Jewish guy. Anyway, so there's the Epoch
Dershowitz
Times.
is liberal too. You know that, don't you?
I said that. Yeah, I gave his full disclaimer. I
like the guy. He calls it like it is.
There are some honest, liberal people. They're very few and far between.
What was that one?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just a little bit.
There's a couple of them.
No, can you scroll back up?
What do you want to see?
Antibiotics went down.
Did you say antibiotics?
Antibiotics.
Biden signs an order to limit asylum at southern border. He says, look, man, we can only have 2,500 of these people coming at a time because by my calculation, that still gives me enough people to cheat on election day.
How the fuck does he do calculation? He can't talk. How can he put numbers in it?
I'm just reading the teleprompter, man. Come on.
Just how fucking stupid is that? Just that sentence. The average daily crossing, it's C20. What are you going to put up one of those
did you see
number things like at the...
let me click over here, Tim.
That's so fucking stupid.
What? What do you want from me?
I'm going to click on InfoWars and see if I have the Trump response immediate. Because Trump responded to the bullshit of Biden. And he's like, he's the president. He can immediately shut the border down.
Oh yeah.
So to act like this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And it was
the whole excuse that the Republicans
had these terrible headaches with
the Republicans had anything to do with stopping action at the border.
Yeah, you're a terrible fucking headache.
Was definitely
bullshit. Yeah, it was bullshit.
I like this guy too, Senator Kennedy.
Senator Kennedy's awesome. I love him, dude.
He puts people in the right spot.
He has some
And he does it like a Southern gentleman who just
does.
he's like, now when I ask you a question, are you totally fucking stupid and gonna answer me the way you think that I want you to hear? You're gonna tell me the truth. I just want to know. Just tell me how you're gonna answer.
It's cool, man.
Somebody please explain to me how they came up with 2,500. How did they come up with the number when it exceeds? Let's just throw out 2,500. How did they come up with that number?
Somebody pulled from his ass the number.
I know.
Exceed 2,500 what?
2,500 a day.
A day.
2,500. How do you come up with that number?
All right, let's watch Kennedy's so everybody knows.
He's cool.
Here's my second question.
Here's my second question.
I love him because he's got these
we
pauses.
Know that, Jeffrey Epstein, who is now deceased, and Ms. Maxwell, his
He tripped
associate,
over a rope.
who's in prison, were engaged in a conspiracy of sex trafficking with minors. So were others. It's been widely reported. What's the FBI doing to investigate the other people?
I love him. He's just got that Southern
rings.
Well, I'm not sure that I can confirm any specific individual.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me give you some facts, widely reported. Jeffrey Epstein had video surveillance in all of his homes and on his private island. And there have been articles after articles from witnesses who have said he videotaped sex acts with prominent people because he was trying to incur with young girls that he had procured to try to incur favor with those prominent people and potentially to be able to blackmail them.
Yep.
That's a fact. And the FBI and other federal agencies have raided his houses. Do you have those tapes?
Again, I can't discuss the specifics of our law enforcement operations related to Mr. Epstein or Ms. Maxwell, but obviously we had very active investigation related to both of them. But whether it extends to other people, I'm not sure that's something.
But
probably he was over there
filed
too.
yesterday.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Against one of those
Who knows?
prominent
He might have
people
been there.
Hey, the
by one of
FBI?
the young
For
women
sure.
sex trafficked,
Get some pussy.
allegedly.
You know, I think the thing about this is that the vast majority of the people in government have been compromised in one way or another, whether it's through sex or money. We got rid of McCarthy as the Speaker of the House and brought in the new guy, Mike
Johnson.
He looks like a kid to me.
Oh, JoJo says she agrees with you on the Megyn Kelly thing.
That she's looking bad.
Yeah.
Let me.
I think she got bit by a vampire.
You know what? I'm gonna try to find out.
I think she went interview with the vampire to try to bolster her career, and it didn't go well.
But yeah, JoJo Sinner. Her most recent.
Got that red background.
So let's.
That second one looks like.
All right, so this is the Megyn Kelly that was on Fox. All right.
Yeah, that looks.
The Megyn Kelly we knew and loved. Yeah.
We knew and loved. Okay. Yeah. And then her most recent stuff is like that.
I think she's gorgeous.
Well, I'm telling you what, she's starting to look.
Skin and bones.
They are good.
There you go with that red suit.
With this one?
Blue background, red suit. Yeah. She's starting to look thinner there. And
she's looking thinner there. But I'm telling you what, the interview that she did.
It's going.
She doesn't look healthy and okay, so this is the old Megyn Kelly, right? Like there. right?
Right.
A little bit of makeup and stuff like that, but she's
some actual jowls and
yeah. And
you aren't seeing, you
know. Well, look at
skeleton.
holy shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't look good either.
Yeah, that's she's.
Margot Robbie looks with the bags in her eyes, doesn't look good either. But yeah, so there's her nose job. But I'm telling you what, Megyn Kelly, I wanted to see her with the interview. Anyways, JoJo confirmed it.
Yeah, but don't forget that people getting older.
Well, it's not that. It's not that. It's the difference between getting older and looking like you're not healthy.
There you go. There's one right there. I think that's her. Megyn Kelly showed that.
She looks. She looks
really skinny
extremely
there,
thin. And it just, when I saw her, I was like, "Wait, is that Megyn?" Because I'm used to this Megyn Kelly right here.
Yeah, well, you know,
Yeah.
some cheeks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you go to, you know,
Which one is that you say that she doesn't look good?
well, she looks. Look at it. It starts to look like. Remember when Susan Sarandon was? Like
Yeah,
they were
like this one,
concerned
her
with her,
cheeks are gone.
Callista Flockhart, where they just look so thin that it's not healthy.
See, her cheeks are gone in this one. That's not
Yeah.
too long ago.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
side point. Let's do this.
close.
Fauci being called out for being worse than the Nazis. We covered that. Let's finish with this. And well, we got to go to final thoughts here in a second. The media is finally admitting deaths from the COVID shot are worse than COVID.
Yeah.
Deaths from the shot are worse than the disease they say that you're getting the shot for. And
There are a whole bunch of people that have been in this room down here, Jeremy, that I talked to at various parties that have stories of nieces and
yeah.
I mean,
I
there's
have a
one on the
story
chat
too.
right here. I'm not going to mention.
I
that had
have a
niece,
story
whatever.
too.
There's a ton of stories. Everybody knows them. I know of a few. Blah 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 of people
A
that.
guy that did pretty much the same job in military like Laszlo.
Uh-huh.
A guy that when he went to buy his shoes in the store, they didn't have his shoes for his feet.
Yeah.
He used to order all the time, special order. He died in the ventilation machine in the hospital.
There's a bunch of stories. They're right in your. Probably somebody's saggy's got them, but they don't want to talk about their whatever.
Mhm.
You know, it's out there. Strong, young, healthy people dropping.
I guess this is not. So this was Yahoo. Yahoo News actually said. This was on Yahoo News that was talking about. I didn't have it pulled up, but Yahoo News was one of the ones that was reporting that they're now admitting that deaths from the jab far outweighed deaths from supposed COVID, and we know that they exaggerated the numbers of COVID all along.
Yeah, it's out there.
And there are people that got beheaded that were called COVID deaths so they could get the money for it. Literally. There have been families that have had to go file lawsuits because the hospitals would claim that they died of COVID, and the people are like, no, they had this condition, or they had that, or they died of this.
They never put that they died from COVID. They make up something all the time.
Did they make it up? So I was trying to scroll through because I know it was reported to be on. Let me see.
JoJo just said on that stuff we were talking about before. Anyone recall former term Senator Madison Cathan? He whistleblowed on the D.C. sexcapades, parties, drugs, booze, and compromising situations among politicians on both sides. Yep. You think, Jojo?
Yep.
Think?
You think? So yeah, they're starting to admit it, but I didn't have it pulled up, so I apologize for that. You guys can do a little bit of research on your own. That was on Yahoo News. All right, we're reaching that hour.
One thing that I want you guys to know. Yesterday, I was having a Facebook conversation with, messenger conversation with one of my best friends that he lives in Israel,
Right.
and talk about a lot of things. His children went back again in military and patrolling over there and all of this. But he said that this country can't be good until Netanyahu will get disappeared from the government. And the internal minister that Netanyahu has now, he said he has 37 cases as a criminal.
Wow. Well,
I
we
don't
know
know his name.
I
said
I didn't.
said it's the same shit right here.
I did not
US.
know that Netanyahu was raised here in America, went to school here in America.
Yeah.
And he's a fraud.
Since he took over in the government, he started. My friend was telling me with all the time that try to scare people. We have to fight. We have to fight. Other side is going to attack us all the time, and this is how he is pushing everything to stay in the government over there.
Absolutely. Well, that's why they stood down for 7.5 hours, so they could get more traction out of it, and he could avoid the prosecutions that were coming his way. Who's going to start with final
He's
thought?
on a roll. Let him go. Georgie, go your last one.
Final thought, Georgie.
Final thought? I think that things for Trump will take a little time, but are going to work good. And even is a bad news, what we heard and what we see.
Yeah.
Is going to give to him more, the effect of this one is going to be positive on him, but it will take some time.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is my...
Yeah, awesome. Larry?
This is one time I am actually heartbroken and sad that my prediction was correct. I didn't want to be right.
Right.
You know, it was a very sad day for the United States of America. The Democrats have corrupted and destroyed the FBI. They've corrupted and destroyed the CIA. They've corrupted and destroyed the justice system, the judicial system. The courts cannot be trusted. You know, it's sad that people can be so propagandized, so programmed, that they can't see past their own nose.
Yep.
And it's what they've done to Donald Trump is no better than what Stalin, Marx, or Hitler did to their people. You know, rigging the system to go after your political enemy. Why? Because he's beating you.
Exactly.
You know, so
poll numbers went up after the verdict.
Well, sure. And he's setting records. $200 million, over $250 million have been raised since that ridiculous verdict. It was easy for me to predict 34 convictions because there was a Democrat judge and 12 Democrat jurors, and you had the persecution. You know, Alvin Bragg ran for office on getting Trump.
Mm-hmm.
What his campaign was about.
So, Letitia James ran the same thing.
Right?
Yeah.
The crooked judge denied exculpatory evidence, wouldn't let witnesses.
Suppressed witnesses. Yep.
Yeah. Suppressed witnesses. There's a whole bunch of reversible errors in the case.
Yep.
You know, the question is, how corrupt is the New York court system?
Apparently extremely corrupt.
Yeah, that's the question. Does it go all the way to the top? Or does it end in New York City.
with Mnuchin.
Yeah.
I would say it's corrupt all the way to the top.
I would say it was
Always.
corrupt all the way to the top too. As far as I'm concerned, Alvin Bragg, Mnuchin are all guilty of conspiracy under 18 U.S.C. Chapter 13, Article 241, federal law, conspiracy against rights. They conspired against Donald Trump's rights. They denied him even his Fifth Amendment right to know what the crime is.
Correct. They did, and
You know,
faced his
until the
accuser.
closing arguments.
Yep.
You know, there's the only evidence of a crime that existed in the whole case was the fact that Cohen swindled Trump, the Trump machine. What do they call it? The Trump. I don't know, the
Trump machine.
The Trump, whatever you want to call it, out of $30,000.
Yeah.
You know, that's where the crime was.
Wait.
Let's
A lawyer
also-
skimmed
Yeah, the
his
lawyer.
client's money?
Yes.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
I only know like 2 really good lawyers.
That doesn't sound like a lawyer.
Yeah. They skimmed him out of $30,000. Billed him $50,000 for a $20,000 bill, and then pocketed $30,000 in his pocket.
A real lawyer would have billed him for the time.
Yeah, and let's. And
But you have to record it correctly, or you'll
and
end
let's
up
not
before Alvin
forget
Bragg.
about something called attorney-client privilege.
Oh.
Right, there's another thing there that was violated through the whole thing.
Except that he was already disbarred, so does that still stand? And have
Yeah,
merit?
that still stands. It doesn't.
Yeah.
That still stands. I mean, he should be disbarred.
He's already disbarred.
Yeah,
He spent time in
so
prison.
you're right, but I mean,
Hey, I've already committed all these crimes. Why don't I just go along with the system? Maybe they'll reward me.
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, he didn't give any credible. Nothing he said was credible, anyways.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's been speaking,
Yeah.
you know, if I was Trump, I'd go after him now for attorney-client privilege, sue him for $500 or $600 million.
They need to file the appeal, and then they need to go after everybody involved.
Yes.
With whatever they can do.
Yes.
Thank you, Larry. Mr. Coffee.
And Larry's it's as an old motherfucker. I've been on 3 continents.
Are you calling him old, or are you saying you're old?
Me.
Okay.
I'm older than Larry. Larry's a puppy.
Oh, that's right. Your pronouns were old fuck.
Yeah.
Saggy balls.
Yeah. I've been on 3 continents and been to, probably over 10 countries, and it wasn't for vacation.
Right.
And I guarantee you, if you liberals don't want to listen to me, listen to your own fucking Hollywood stars and shit over here. I'm moving out of the country. Johnny Depp did.
Bye.
For about 3 months, and then he came back. You are in the last fucking place.
Right.
Trust me. You're in the last fucking joint to do what you're doing, and you keep going. Like I said, 20 years down the road, I would wish I was around, because you aren't going to be needed anymore. And there's a reason why your own people who have the money to buy a castle and move to wherever, and they don't. And if they do, they always sneak back home in a few months. And there's a reason.
Yep.
And Georgie right here can tell you there's no country better. Georgie, we don't get into it, Georgie, but you motherfuckers better vote.
Oh, did you hear that? Who is the guy? He's very prominent about cooking, and he has a couple of restaurants. And they kicked Robert De Niro of his restaurant.
Oh, was it Gordon Ramsay?
One.
Was it Gordon Ramsay, or was it?
I don't remember his name, but he's kind of chunky, like blonde hair, like spiky
Yeah, that
hair
sounds like Ramsay.
With
Who was it?
No, it's the one that travels around and goes to different kitchens.
I know what you're talking about. LaFleur, Fleur.
Yeah, with the spiked blonde hair. Yeah.
Guy Fleur or something like that.
Guy LaFleur.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He
Anyways.
told Robert De Niro, go eat in some liberal
Go fuck
restaurants."
yourself.
Yeah,
go eat in some liberal restaurants.
De Niro was such a fraud. He read off of a script. He didn't know how to handle anybody telling him that he was a fraud. It's a joke, man. Your movies, you've had some good movies in the past, but you've sold out. Whether you're compromised, what do? They set you up with a 15-year-old and you couldn't resist your own urges long enough to not be in that room with the little kid. Whatever the fuck your compromise is. You're fucking compromised. Now you're reading off a script and you're a shill. And the saddest part is that after a certain point, they succumb to that sellout. And so they partially believe it or believe it enough to at least go along with it because they've been so compromised that they go, well, I'll buy into this ideology that I'm being told I have to buy into.
Do you remember Schwarzenegger at the time of the COVID and he was talking,
fuck your freedoms.
Yeah,
Get the jab.
You know, if there's any reason to vote for Trump, Cher said she will blow her head off if he gets in office.
Oh,
please
shit.
vote for Trump so she'll shoot herself in the head. Cher.
Can we get pay-per-view tickets?
Oh, that's another reason to vote for Trump.
That's
the fucking bullet.
She said she would eat a bullet if Trump gets in.
Can we get pay-per-view tickets for that?
Yes,
I would pay for that.
love that.
No, she's going to waste the fucking bullet. She can jump from a bridge. Or
No,
something.
I want to see the bullet.
No, that's a lot more cleanup. Yeah. Guy Führer. That's what it was.
Yeah. It says here.
What does it say?
This is a fact check. It says it is story is satire.
They're way ahead of you.
Oh, it's satire.
Look at this. They're way ahead of you.
Guy Führer.
Look at that. Guy Führer. Look at
They said it's satire.
They're
Who's
said
fact
it's
checking it though?
satire. I don't know. I just closed it out.
Well, hit your button and open it back
these
up.
people on chat don't let you guys get a pass. They're on.
No,
this
I
shit.
love the
Look,
chat. The
they're-
chat's awesome.
I know. They're the best.
What's Triple D?
A very large bra.
JoJo says Triple D. Uh-oh. That's over my head. I'm a boomer.
I don't get Jojo. You're gonna have to clarify the reference before we close out the show in 10 seconds.
Triple D. JoJo.
I don't know what that reference means.
Yeah, that's.
Go ahead and do your final thought. She'll say something. I know she'll speak up.
I don't know how accurate Snopes is.
Snopes is a total CIA fucking plant.
Yeah, but they all Snopes.
Yeah, like a broken clock. They get it right twice a day.
Sports Kita.
What?
Whatever
How's
that
a broken
is.
I'm fucking lost on chat.
How's a broken clock right twice a day? The numbers just don't show up on the digital readout.
Now we're talking about an analog. All right. Anyways,
This is my impression of a millennial.
Ask me a bunch of questions. I don't know.
Anyways, 34 bullshit counts. We're going to see how the appeals go through. They're trying to derail this. My final thought for everybody out there in our audience is keep a level head. Do what you're supposed to do. Listen to the inner voice, the still small voice on the inside of you, your Holy Spirit guiding you. As many as are led by the Spirit of God, they're the sons of God. Listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit and how you need to operate, what you need to do. We're dealing with Pride Month bullshit right now. We're dealing with Trump being indicted on bullshit charges. We're dealing with Anthony Fauci being exposed. And we're dealing with one of our biggest conservative voices exposing the truth and labeled a conspiracy theorist trying to be shut down. These are very, very interesting times. And so keep your head about you. Do your own research. Don't just fucking Google it and expect that, but take the time
Headline
to
readers.
Don't just read the headlines because they bury the truth in the last two paragraphs. Okay. Check out places like Natural News, Mike Adams. Check out the Epoch Times. InfoWars while it's still up. RT. Yep. Check out all these places. Don't just take it for Yahoo because they're going to slant it.
No.
Don't take it. Obviously, don't when you do a Google search, take that with a grain of salt. All this stuff. Do your own research. Get the information, and look at a wide group of things that you look up. Look up this one, look up that one, and then find the middle on that. Try to be discerning, because if you're not discerning in this right now in this season, you're going everything they're doing in the media is to deceive you, to lie to you, to control you. And if you don't do your due diligence to rise above that control,
back to the wall,
manipulation, and that coercion, you're going to be part of the problem. And my audience out there, you wonderful people that are out there that tune into our show all the time, I know you all want to be part of the solution, and you want to be part of us moving forward and establishing a nation that was birthed in liberty. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. As we did coming back from the break, we'll say again, QR codes. If you want to support the show, you want to do all that. Where the QR codes. And if you want to show tips or you want to bug the fuck out of Larry, this is my brain host at AOL. Is it AOL? What the fuck is it? Hotmail? It's one old fucking thing.
You're a Hotmail? No.
This is my brain host at
Outlook.
Outlook. Oh, I knew it was one of those really, really old mail services.
Hotmail and
yeah.
I think
QR codes are on the screen. We got T-shirts too. Where is there a link for that? All right. Yeah. All right. So there we go. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. More content coming. We've been doing great on the veteran shows, even though everybody's schedules are up and down and we're heading into summer season. But more things we posted. Tim's been working on organizing the shows, learning, having to stretch himself and learn some new software according to the equipment we have. And but when we release the veteran show, we're gonna also release some other stuff. We're actually working on a veterans suicide hotline with a bunch of our vets that we're going to be launching here very soon. I want to get it done is because we're losing. Tim's got the graphic. He's going to pop up for you. There you go. I got 8 minutes. It takes 8 minutes on average clinically to talk with somebody to walk them back from a suicide attempt. And they tell you 22 a day. That is not a correct number. We are losing upwards of 70 plus a day to suicide in our veteran community. And there's a reason that they don't want to support our veterans, because if they support our veterans who have been in the theater of war, who've experienced the trauma of battle, they will be the first ones to defend the liberties and freedoms enshrined in our Constitution.
And another reason is because less veterans, less government
Yeah.
has to pay for that.
Yeah, less veterans, less government has to pay for them. That's what Jordy was saying. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We got some exciting stuff coming up over the summer that we'll announce to you guys. As always, hit that Rumble button. If you're on some other platforms, you should be over on Rumble. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Mr. Coffee monitoring you. And we'll see you guys next time. I think we got something exciting coming up on Sunday, but I'll put out a post on that and we'll talk to you then.
This is my brain.
Dad, that's an egg. Yeah, that's an egg.
Honey, dude,
that's an egg.
seriously.
That's an egg.
It's a metaphor.
It's still an egg.
That's an egg.
I would challenge you.
That's an egg.
I know my brain is not actually an egg, okay? It's a metaphor.
Metaphor or not, that's not your brain.
It's just an egg.
Una cerveza para mí. My egg is my brain.
Can I at least have some bacon, maybe some sausage with that egg, though?
Oh, I want some bacon.
I want crepes.
Have some bacon and pancakes with that egg.
I'll take it with cheese.
Extra large brown cage-free eggs.
Can I have your brain with hot cakes?
So sausage and a little toast and potato.
That would be great.
Does it have antibiotics?
I don't know, man. I'm not good at this shit.
Well, they got to be able to resist some diseases.
You resist the disease.
Has it got any hormones?
Maybe. It's cage free.
Vegetarian?
Maybe.
Are they vegan?
No, I eat steak.
Never apologize and never explain.
Never apologize.
Yeah. Never apologize and never explain.